Maybe 40% of my life is backgammon. I mean, I know that's sort of an amorphous figure, right? I mean, how can you determine what percent of your life is something? But 40% feels about right.
All right, I believe I see my two.
I very rarely get bored playing backgammon over the course of the day. I mean, somehow the day just goes by super quick, even playing for like 10 hours sometimes. Part of it is there's always stuff to think about. Backgammon is nice in the sense that there's always sort of tough decisions every single game.
I don't think you can take this. All right, let's see.
Mostly I drifted into backgammon from another game, chess. I wanted something more exciting and a little bit of a gambling element. Backgammon seems to produce that feeling of euphoria when you win, and conversely, a little bit of depression when you lose, but it's fun.
Hung out with in Cyprus. This is Cyprus.
It's such a fundamental game. Anyone can play. You can play in teams. You can play for tournaments. There are varieties. But there's constant drama involved in the rolling of the dice. The New England Backgammon Club, NEBC, we organize a monthly tournament.
The atmosphere at the tournaments is as friendly, but people take the game quite seriously.
It's between first, and raise your hand so people can see their opponents. John Leonard plays Doug Roberts.
Yeah, I feel like I'm one of the stronger players in the club. I mean, there are several, very, very strong players.
Anytime I've won a monthly tournament, I've always thought that, wow, the dice were really with me today,
Winning's always more fun than losing. I usually win maybe two a year on average. So I don't like to celebrate too openly, because I don't want to make the other guy feel bad.
In the 70s, it was just out there. You'd see it in advertising. You'd see pictures of Tina Turner playing backgammon. You'd see pictures of Lucille Ball playing backgammon. O.J. Simpson playing backgammon.
Came out of the first wave of popularity of the game. I love these little graphics with the martini shakers.
I think the game fell off because of video games. It's just largely just the entire board game phenomenon really took a hit once Space Invaders and Galaxians and Pac-Man and then the console games at home.
But I think the game is getting more popular. I think people are like moving away a little bit from just cyber experiences and entertainment via a computer or a screen. They want more like analog, old school, you got to show up physically and play the game. It's sort of like people who want vinyl records compared to CDs. I mean, you want the analog experience. I like the aesthetic of the game over other games.
I'm a fan of playing on nice sets because why not?
I like the patterns on the board. It's sort of like a tapestry of patterns with the checkers.
It's got nice wood. There's a sound quality to it. It's just something you don't get on a computer screen.
We were born to bring it back, but it's more than basic. It's a portion of its rap, but the chorization is important like a pack of some observations are important, like the fact that we're bored of thinking. More creative, have the floor, so take it. Travel to the door is a normal placement. Tattoos on my arm and a form of face. Yet I battle with the spotter through my morals vacant. Turns out, don't confuse it with a turn up. Ain't eventually I can see unless you count the burnt blunts. Burn up, I can do this Ric Flair stuff.
Great. Welcome to the 2021 New England Backgammon Club Championship playoffs. We've got an exciting match today between Alex Zamanian and Dougie Roberts in a epic best of 5 9-point matches. This is the culmination of our 1920-21 season, which was held completely online due to the pandemic. We held 10 tournaments, 10 monthly tournaments from September through May, with points awarded for matches won and for reaching the top spots in the draw, winning semis, runner-up, consolation. At the end of the season, we look at the points race standings, and the top 7 players are entered into the championship playoffs. And that's what you're seeing here. 7 players, because the one who wound up with the very best points race score gets a bye in the first round, obviously making for a big advantage. So Dougie and Alex have reached the final. Dougie did so by blowing past myself, Albert Steg, and Marty Storer, the other commentator with us today, and Alex bested John Leonard to get where he is. So we're joining the action now in the first of possibly 5 matches. And joining me now is Marty Storer. Hi, Marty.
Hi, Albert.
Good to see you.
I see the match is going.
All right. And let's see, Dougie is at the bottom, playing blue, and Alex is at the top.
So it's best of 5 9-point matches. So it could if it goes 5 matches, there's a lot of backgammon to be played.
And a lot of commentating, too. We may need some help.
Yeah. We hope we could get some, I guess.
All right.
So Dougie is now he's ahead in the race here by 21 pips after
Got to be
Alex moves. So you can think about doubling because he's likely to not to be hit, and he does. Okay, so.
Well, if it's a pass on race alone, and there's a possibility of not leaving a shot.
Right. Oh, so that was an error on Dougie's part to volunteer a shot. He did not have to do that. He cleared his 11-point.
Well, this is moving fast. And quite surprising. I wonder if that's opening match jitters from Dougie.
I don't know. He made a similar move against me in our semifinal match. He volunteered a shot where it was wrong, and he didn't have to do it, and he had some time to wait.
Right. Of course, the core strategy in the holding game.
Maybe he's inclined to pay later now rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I think generally the strategy in that situation, trying to come home, is just to pay as late as possible, unless there are some extenuating circumstances.
Yeah. So right, which some of the factors would be timing. That would be a big factor. Like, or if you volunteer a shot now, maybe you won't have to. Maybe it'll be great if you get missed, and if you wait, you're taking a risk of more shots later. But that wasn't really the case. Dougie did have a lot of time to play behind the anchor, and so he should not have left that shot, and he did. And then Alex immediately hit and covered.
I think Alex has some market losers here if he hits step 3. So here comes the cube.
Yeah. So this would be a take because there's one checker back. I think is the kicker.
Would have taken me a little longer to make that decision.
I think, yeah. So the race was close. One checker back to 2. The direct shot was big, but I think it was, if missed, he could cover that point, and then he would be happy enough to own the cube. I mean, a slight disadvantage. But now Alex it was a good double by Alex, I think. So Alex is hit now, and now he's hit twice. And Dougie is probably cranking his virtual dice here. He's wanting to do it over the board, and live.
I think this is an idiosyncrasy with Dougie sometime. I don't think he's actually thinking about cubing there, but
no.
He has these little histrionic sort of theatrical pauses.
But he did hit. I guess it's pretty theatrical when he waits and then he rolls something good.
Yeah.
And now Alex has come in with a double four and hit loose again, that's what I would have done. Because the same play made the 9 point hit loose. He's come in with a checker and missed, and now Alex was going to make a 5 point board. There's 3 and 2 points. He should not switch, I don't think, to the 1 point. The 5 point board is so valuable. And then pick the fourth 5. Probably exit
Very
the board.
methodical player, so he's definitely thinking through the implications of switching here. I think even if he's all but sure he's gonna just make the 3 point.
Yes, on Galaxy you can look at all the plays. You can move the checkers around before making your move, and your opponent doesn't see what you're doing. So that so we don't see it here.
Right, unlike on some other platforms, most other platforms where you do see that.
Yeah, I feel like on Heroes and on Gridgammon, both those you do, I believe. Well, I'm predicting he's gonna make his 3 and 2 points and then find a 5, and I think it's just thematic to start running 21 to 16. Okay. So this is a little okay. So this is where. Okay, so that's an anti-joker, double 4. He's got to just, I think he should just move 4 checkers in and try to get around quickly, rather than
calculating that, this was an all-out blitz position, and the way you blitz is to prevent your opponent from anchoring. So the switch he was going for instead of the extra point.
The extra point would have been a 2-way plan, though.
Yep, that's what I say. He clearly, looked at the position, decided that it was time for an all-out blitz.
The trouble is, if you get hit back soon in a position like that where you've buried a few checkers for blocking purposes, you're especially when your opponent has the 5 point, you're unhappy with getting recubed sometimes. But it's worked out. Now the trouble is he can't cover that and still.
Oh my goodness, he's
still keep his board. So he's probably just going to come around, or he come around to the 10 point.
Yeah.
Or he could come out. He could come out all the way to Dougie's bar point as well if he wanted to. That would be okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with either of those plays.
Well, when you decide to blitz, you pretty much forsake all other game plans in favor of it.
Yeah. So now he's just coming out, so he has more numbers to
there we
play.
go.
So he would have had a spare 4 there and all that stuff. So he would have the other way too, but it's good to start getting this called blitz connectivity, term coined by Bill Roberti of the New England Backgammon Club. So he came out with a 6, and now he's come in, and now he's got to bury 2 more checkers. And if Dougie comes in,
here's a swing.
Now Dougie should not be doubling until he makes some more improvements. I think he should come around to the 11 point. Well, he could do that too. These are not huge plays. He would have.
Does make the bar.
I think he should just. I think that's what he should do. I believe he could leave it slotted somehow or whatever. Or he could. Yeah, but I think he should just make the bar and come to the 12 point and hope Alex does not roll a 6. Hopes he roll a 4 or something and breaks his board up some more. But if he does roll a 6, he could get away. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
And so instead of being a spare to so Dougie says, all right, I'll have the outside prime, and I won't give him a direct shot out, but he gets hit. Trouble with this is when he gets hit. So now he's got to decide whether he's going to hit, and he does hit. And he made the play fairly quickly. I wasn't thinking about it, but now it pays off because Alex misses, and now he's going to be. So this is interesting.
Pointer prime here. I think.
Yeah, he could. If he makes the 4 point with a 1, he could hit. But he says, "Okay, I'm a little suspicious of that play with a broken prime." The 1 he played 4 to 3. He could have played 2 to 1, which is probably what I would have done. Now Dougie is thinking about doubling. He should not. I don't believe you should double. Alex has a 5 point board. And now he should, I believe, redouble to 4. And Alex quickly drops, not liking his escaping chances from the bar.
Yeah, we have our first major turnaround in a game in this match. That was a back from the dead scenario.
Yeah. So this is interesting for Dougie. So Dougie plays 2 down, which is correct against all those checkers in the zone, versus splitting with a 3 or running out.
Oof.
Behind in the race, he wants to start blocking rather than trying to make an advanced anchor and race himself. And he rolls a joker double 4s. He comes out and hits Alex. And I think he made the right play there with the double 4s. It's just solving the problem of the back checkers, and he's got a good position of builders. And I think he is right not to double in that position, because he's got a little work to do. He's got nicely placed builders, but he's got to make a point. He's got to get by fly shots in the short term. So 5-2.
It's not worth it. You just stack them up here on the 8 point.
I'm inclined to, because it's just it's not like you're super. It's a super payoff if you do something like 13-6. You could have played 10-3, which would have left a spare on the midpoint, but also dumped put a builder deep onto the 3 point where it doesn't do much good except to.
No, this will do a world of good.
But yeah, this is good. He's still a bit inflexible after moving.
But it brings those back men down.
It clears the 16 point. The thematic play, I guess.
Flush him off the ace here and strip your 6.
I don't know. It's sort of like, okay, you could clear the midpoint, and then you could start counting. you start counting shots and things like that. Now here, he puts Alex on the bar. Alex, I predict, is going to just make his 5 point and think about splitting later. It's not critical to split yet, and it might be critical to have the 5 points. I think he's going to make the 5 point. I think he'll come to that conclusion within a minute or so, if not sooner. And I do not think Dougie should double, and then Alex would snap it up if he did get double. So he did make the 5 point. That's a good roll, making a new point. And a bad roll, bad for timing.
So this could be an interesting cube, but the 2 gaps to fill on Alex's board is ready.
I would, yeah. It's cleared all. The question for me is the take rather than double.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
The thing is that Alex has got to hope to get his spare back checker out soon, and he'll maintain some good shot equity. But the trouble is, if he doesn't get out soon, or if he comes up and gets pointed on or something, then he's not doing so well. So I think this might be a small pass.
Yeah, I think I'd be inclined to pass this.
The timing is not that great, and the overall and the pip count is not that great overall. I mean, it's going to be hard to race 22 pips behind. It's going to be hard to time his deuce anchor game. It might be. There's a different chance he'll have a hard time. So he takes. Okay, so it's not so bad. I mean, it's not the worst take I could think of, I guess.
What do you do here? 2 down for builders?
It's an interesting question. It wouldn't be hopeless to leave those 4 shots, but Dougie tends not to play big with indirect shots. But he's now left a direct shot in spite of himself. The 5 plays well, but he has no safe 4, so he's got to probably just bring 2 checkers down. That's the only way to leave. He could bring 2 checkers in from the 8 point too, and say, "All right, if you hit me, then you have to break your anchor in any case." But that's what he does, and he does get hit. He would have been hit the other way too.
The problem is even when he gets away with that play, he still has a lot of work to do to bring those, making those points. Well, I guess the slot's one of the points he wants to make. But
it's kind of a. I think I would have brought 2 checkers down to clear the midpoint and to you leave 13 shots instead of 11. There's a 2-5 extra, but this way you still have the midpoint to clear. You're putting a spare on the 3-point where you don't want it, and now Dougie is fanned, I suppose, unless he's Alex is on roll. So that's interesting. Alex could redouble that, I think. How many cover numbers does he have? He's got his 27. He's got double 2s. He's got 28. He's got double 3s, 29. And double 29 ways. Double 4s wasn't the greatest cover number. Now he just he doubles from here. I guess this is a doubtful take. Even pip count, and Dougie doesn't like his chances, so I think I would have passed as well.
See how Dougie likes to play 6-4s now.
I bet he's gonna either run. He's probably gonna come out and down. Oh, he makes sense. Okay, that's it's good. It's good at the score when you're behind to play gammonish, whatever. So you're the expert on these. I'll be playing
I did write that article.
third roll.
Interesting game.
I would have played that same 6-2. What do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
Dougie played 6-2 after the double 6. Dougie played 6-2, 13-5, and I think I would have done the same thing.
Oh, well, after you do make that deuce point, you want to get those backmen moving. So slotting your 5 is not a priority.
But the only other thing you do is run, which breaks your anchor and races one behind. It doesn't start to improve your board. So I think I would have. I don't know which article says. I think I would have done what Dougie did. But.
Right. Well, that's the other hard thing about this 6-4 opener is that things do change. Like the article is about the following it up with the third roll, but then in the 5th roll and 7th roll, things can change a lot. And if you cling to those principles from the 3rd roll, you can do a lot of damage to yourself too.
Yeah, that 6-2 was a 3rd roll problem though for.
Oh, it was? Okay.
It was 6-4.66.
Oh, I see.
And 6-2. So so the cube is in the middle. So now I guess Dougie just anchors and comes down. And now, that's a bad double 6. You can tolerate that first double 6, but this is good. But the second one isn't so good. And now that was tempting double, both behind in the match and with potential shots looming and very checkers. But Dougie kept the cube, left the cube alone.
Dougie does tend to be pretty conservative with the cube.
Yeah.
I think both on the doubling and the taking side.
Agreed. Now I think he should double here because he's got all 10 zillion shots, and he can recover after attacking and then being hit back.
You got to hit twice here.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and then fan play on.
Right. How about this cube?
Now I would double this. I would double up the shot. But he fanned, and now Alex comes in. So, I mean, I think Alex could have easily taken, but I think I would have taken a chance and thrown it. Partly because of the score.
Yeah.
Partly because if you getting in is so strong, even if you don't hit.
Right.
And then if you don't get in, then Alex may not get in either. So now, Dougie. Dougie is. Okay, so Dougie, that's a good roll for Dougie.
Yeah. Button up. Seems like one too many fours to play.
Play 3 and 0 and 1.
I think Alex is going to be loath to bury another checker, but that's the only safe
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, he can go 22 to 6 as a play.
Ah, yeah. That seems likely, right?
I think he'll do that probably rather than go 6 to 2. He could make his 14-point go 6 to 2, but then he's stripped outside. And Dougie's can break and once he does go 22 to 6. And now Dougie has a choice of breaking his 9-point or his 18-point or leaving a direct shot. So he does not leave a direct shot. He just breaks his 9-point and hopes for Alex to leave a direct shot. And now cube is still in the center. And now Dougie does not double and he hits, and now Alex has fanned. Is he fanned?
Yes, he's fanned, and Dougie's considering.
No, now it's Dougie's turn,
Yep.
so he should just a double drop. Okay, I agree with that. It's going to be hard to win the race.
Oh no, it's the
5 away to 6 away.
Yep.
Alex's favor. That's an interesting double 1. Dougie could have split his back checkers instead of making his bar point, but it's. I'm not sure what XG says about that after an opening 5-4, but it's they're close. I'm going to go on a limb and say the 2 plays are close with that opening double 1 for Dougie. And now Alex has gotten both back checkers out to make the extended bar point or the 16-point, as some people call it. Dougie, his back checkers split. He could have run to the midpoint, but he decided he wanted contact, so he'll keep the back checkers in a menacing pose.
I always forget on Galaxy how you can tell who's on roll.
You just have to look at the. You have to look at the. You can't tell if the dice will be up, and you can and if so we're looking at it from the Blues perspective, and so the dice appear blue, white on blue, and they appear on the right. But now we can tell the white's on roll because there's a 4-2.
Well, I know how to tell whose roll it is, but I'm saying when someone's thinking about doubling, I forget that you have to look at their portraits and you see the little blue parentheses around the portrait. I think that's the only way.
Yeah, that's right. That indicates who's on roll. I forgot about that too. Highlight the. So they have their actual portraits, which is kind of scary. You let the world know what you look like. I just have a monkey stand in for me. Or an ape, actually. It looks like a chimp. They tend to be aggressive, so I don't like to think of it as a bonobo, which is less aggressive than a chimp. That's neither here nor there. So Alex can bury another checker. That's his only safe play, is to go 11 to 2. And I think I might just bite the bullet and go 11 to 2. It's ugly. He could also make his 5-point.
Well, when getting hit is this bad, you just don't want to get hit. So I think that shot if you can.
Yeah, it's and then the fact that Dougie's timing is not. It's not certainly. It's pretty good because he can break his anchor or his bar point. But Alex hates. He's thinking, I hate to go 11 to 2, and even the old Armenians might not like that. And
yeah. I don't know, I'd be very interested to see if that.
Yeah, we don't have an XG feed going, so we just have to eyeball it ourselves. So I would not double, and Dougie now is happy that he didn't, I guess, and he's probably just gonna break his bar point, 2 in, and maybe he can switch around in his board next turn. The trouble with breaking an outside point is he's got. But Dougie decided he'd save a 6. That's and instead of not saving a 6 and having blots on his 2 and 1, he chose to save a 6 and have blots on his 4 and 2. I think I would have left lots on the 2 and 1 and brought the other checker in.
I think I might have even considered just leaving the midpoint now.
Yeah, that's consideration, but you take a lot of pressure off the outside points. You take pressure off the guy's midpoint. So, and now Dougie is happy, I suppose, that he saved that 6 because he can go 6-2, 7-1, 4-2, and he can remake his 5-point board. And now Alex rolls a good roll, 2-1. He doesn't have to break anything he doesn't already have.
You slot the ace here, making use of those checkers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And now Dougie's just going to keep the midpoint, I guess. Which he quickly keeps the midpoint, and Alex hits and covers. That's a great sequence for Alex.
This will bring a cube, I believe.
Yes, I agree. Maybe a take, but it's not a happy take if so. The pip count is close. Dougie has the better board, but he's on the bar, and Alex has a 12-number shot at him. Some hitting numbers are duplicated to make points, make a point on his board. 2-1, 3-2, 2-2. Well, not 2-2, but I guess just 2-1, 1-1, 2-2.
Not a favorite to hit that blot, and you're a favorite to come in.
I would be taking it. I would take.
Mm-hmm.
If you pass, you give them a small factor, maybe not that small, but if you pass, give them a point, then you give them 4 away, which is kind of a milestone score, from which you can win a double gammon, win the match, or win a 4-cube, win the match. So he didn't even double. So I guess he thought that the Hague was crystal clear.
Oh,
now he clears the 16-point, leaves a 17-1 shot. The game goes on.
Yeah, he didn't lose his market, so.
No, now what does he do? This is interesting here.
Make the bar and hit. Just make it a 1 roll.
He could make the bar and hit, or he could switch points 3 times and make the 10-point. That's a little. I don't know. He could also make the 10-point heavy and 5-2. It's a little wasteful of pips.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have been inclined to make this move also. It's not too inflexible. It's great if he fans. Huge swing if he fans. It would be an easy double if he fans, I predict. So it is Dougie on roll. I guess he's doing his theatrical dice shake. And he fans, and now Alex immediately doubles, and I think he's probably got a drop. Now he's way behind. Not only is he on the bar, he's against a 4-point, but he's way behind the race. And Alex has 1 landing spot outside, and Dougie does drop. So it's 4 away, 6 away. In match 1 of 5.
That we do use very relaxed time controls in these matches. That was because when we started the year online, Galaxy was a little bit more prone to dropping connections, and there was a lot of people who weren't very tech savvy. We wanted to give everyone, we didn't want people timing out. We wanted to give them a chance to reconnect. So we just have been using the liberal casual time controls. And if anyone's curious why, like if we were going to start next fall.
Right. And what I like about the liberal time controls is it sort of mimics a live tournament situation.
Yeah.
Either unclocked or, with a 2-minute per match point kind of.
Yeah.
So now what happened? Oh, Alex hit twice and Dougie rolled a joker double 4 to hit and cover. Now Alex has rolled well he rolled a double 3, I guess, brought 2 checkers and made his 22-point. Andy made his 7-point, and Dougie might have considered doubling. It wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world to double, 25 pips ahead. Fewer checkers back behind in the score. I think I would have doubled.
Here we'll just make the bar and safety that checker from the other side of the board. Yeah. No reason to make the ace point. He's got the.
Yeah. This is right because if he's gonna get he might be getting an efficient double pretty soon here. I think.
Right, yeah.
No, he's 44 pips ahead, and pretty good chance to escape.
Yeah.
And then Alex has still got, he's ahead in the match, and he's still got 3 checkers back. They're all at the edge of Dougie's 5 prime, but still. Dougie's got those little vig of the double 1s and double 2s to make a 6-point prime. Well, this is tough decision for Alex. He's got a good winning chances, but he's got some gammon chances as well. And he will hardly ever win racing because of the pip count.
Mm-hmm.
He may drop. I don't know. He may just have to drop. He's got. It would hurt his heart to drop, but he might just do it because.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sympathetic to that drop.
Yeah. Ooh. What, hitting down? I think I would have done that.
Hitting down is all right. Hitting twice is also all right. It's a little unpositional to put a checker on the 1 point, but you're trying to say, all right, I'm going to protect myself by gaining tempi, putting a second checker on the bar, and reducing the number of ways Alex had to hit back. But I guess what did Dougie actually do? I think he actually hit twice and got hit back, and then rolled double 2s in return, and then Alex has made a 4 prime, and now Dougie's come to the edge of the 4 prime and anchored. And now Alex has a 3-1, or he could make a broken 5 prime by making his 10 point, or he could, not the worst play, or he could just play safe. But he plays safe and then puts builders on top of his 4 prime, and that leaves no shots outside, except in Dougie's board. Dougie makes the point on his head with a 6-5, very good roll. Alex, I believe, he's got to come in. He's got no good 5 if he comes in with a 1, so he should come in with a 1. With a 5, find a 1. That's I have no strong opinion about the 1.
Seeing that ace was, you know that the 8 point is stripped, so some of the variations where he gets pointed on, you get 6s coming.
Yeah, he might come back and make the 23 point, which would be superior to the 21, 24 point.
Okay, Dougie. Here.
So, like I said, I don't have a strong opinion about it. I'm really not sure how to determine which one is better. It'd be wouldn't be the worst double for Dougie. A little frisky, maybe. What just happened? Oh, he's got a blot on his. Got a blot on his midpoint, so maybe it's a little loose to double. But Alex, the thing in favor of doubling is Alex has got the checker dumped on his deuce point, but he still maintains control of the outfield with a midpoint, and Alex has just hit a 17-1 shot and gotten a checker running. And Dougie is probably shaking his dice again. He probably isn't not considering a double. I would not double. And he's fanned. Icky poo, a fan. And Alex, I don't think could consider doubling, but I think Dougie's got too much going. Alex has got to he's still got to cover the blot and escape. And he might, if he does 1, he probably can't do the other 2. So, and he is still a point ahead in the match.
Point ahead, but he's also 4 away to Dougie's 5 away, which makes him a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah. 4 away to 5 away, you do want to be aggressive.
So 4 checkers back there. Gammon wins the match. So I think he might have been about that.
I would have waited, but I wouldn't be too surprised. I guess if doubling it turns out
This
right.
is a nice roll.
Yeah,
Extends the time.
he solves a lot of problems at once, or solves one problem and makes a nice 5 prime. Oh boy, now it's a triple get at 6 to exit, and Dougie quickly exits. He says 6s don't grow on trees, and 6-2 is a bad roll. He's got to just come in to the 3-point. But Alex, he'll do it, and he'll still have the 5 prime.
So the other virtue of not hitting is that if Alex rolls a 9-5, his prime starts to look fragile.
Yeah. There's a joker.
Do grow on trees.
Yeah, that might be the game right there.
Look at this.
And he didn't bring 2 checkers out. I think that's an error. I think you should run both checkers out.
Yeah.
Run a builder into place. I think he can still double this. I think this is a very strong double in a drop, I guess. He's got a lot of work to do to get out, but then if he comes in, he might have to start breaking things immediately upon coming in. 1x. And then he might hit with a deuce. He's got a lot of good numbers. He doesn't have a lot of bad numbers. Worst being double 5s, but then at least you can play all your spares. I think it's just the gammon chance is too great for Alex to risk. Maybe it might have been different if he didn't have another blot, if he had more playability with his 5 prime, but I would not take this. I predict he drops. Priming positions are hard to get right. All these decisions are complex, but I guess it's a truism that priming positions are difficult.
Yeah. Okay, I just put this in XG, and I shouldn't say anything about it since it's a live match.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're talking about stuff too. And it's the decision's been made. He's passed the cube. So.
Oh, he passed it. Okay, I have my screen up. Let me just look at the score. So it was a quite solid, easy take for money. It was 0.88 for money, and at 5.4.
Yeah, for money though, but it was yeah. So it's
it was right on the border. 0.98.
Oh, interesting. What about if he had brought his other checker out to the 15 point instead of leaving it back?
Oh, right.
I think that would probably make it a pass. And you're only looking at XGR++ anyway. I've got another computer here. I've got a sort of a supercomputer over here.
Yeah. Well, it would have been a gigantic pass if he'd taken both checkers out.
Yeah.
Take is relying on the cracking and the prime holding. So.
Right. So that was a good double. That was a good 4-1 reply to Alex's opening 4-1. So what happened? Did Alex win a quick point or something, or
Oh, I guess so.
6-5. I guess he won a quick point. I missed that because I thought it was 5-5. After Alex passed, I guess maybe he just got a quick blitz and a win or something. Oh well, sorry, audience, if there is any. Okay, and yeah, now Dougie. Now it's 3 away. In match 1 of possible 5, that's 3 out of 5. Now let's repeat it with another 4-1 split. It's interesting how to reply to the 4-1 split. 4-3 is the most interesting reply, where you're supposed to hit loose on the 2 and split your back checks with a 3.
Oh, that's a tough one to remember for those of us who have a hard time remembering.
Well, it's easy for me to remember because it's so unusual.
Yeah.
And now Dougie makes the 9 point. He could have pointed on the 2 point, but I think he solidifies his edge in the number of back checkers and leaves no return shots. So he made the right play with that 6-4. Fairly easy play, really. And now Alex splits. What was it? A resplit with a... Heck was that? And then... No, Doug hit. I would not have hit. I would have... I think I would have... with an advantage in back checkers, I think the 4 point becomes right, even though Alex could have made the 18 point easily, relatively easily. And now... Dougie did hit, and Alex rolled a double 5, which was very good. And now Dougie can come in and hit, which I think he should do. Alternative being to make the bar point, but now he gets hit back. But it's still a mix up. Alex has got a 2 point board. He's got the proverbial blot hitting contest with a better board, even though it's a backward board. And Dougie, I think, is right to anchor there, instead of leaving multiple blots against, worst of a better inner board, 2 point board.
So three-way, cube actions pretty much just for money, yes?
No, actually, it's the either side should, the strong side should double a bit early. The basic, I think the cubeless take point is something like 28% for the receiver of the cube, and because the gammon value is a bit bigger than half. I forget what it is. Maybe it's up around 0.7 or something like that. So
that argues for aggression.
So it's a bit. It bespeaks some conservatism for the side being doubled to 2. And in races, in a straight race, you got to be a little careful. So it's not uncommon to see a double with in a straight race where it normally would not be a double, and even a pass somewhere around the borderline, like a 6-pip lead in a longish race, you might be dropping. So now we've just got a mutual holding game, and there goes the mutual holding game. And he's up 30, I guess. No, I don't think. Let's see. If he rolled 2-1, and then Dougie rolled boxcars. Yeah, that might he still have a drop, so maybe it's too good to double. Just go for the joker. But it's obviously a drop. But if he rolled a 2-1 and got to 78, and then Dougie rolled boxcars and got to 86, it would still be a drop at that score, I believe, 78 to 86.
Technical play on, but not too much in it.
No, it's not too much in it, but it's like tiny little driblets of equity, little viglets, as I call them. Oh, so now Dougie primes, and now Alex can go for the prime, or he can run. He runs. It's interesting. I might have brought 2 down big, but I guess maybe at the score he doesn't want to be. Now it's sort of similar. If you're 2 way to 3 way, you're a bit conservative in taking the cube.
It's about 30%. You need to take.
Yeah, the basic take point is somewhere in there, but you always have some value in owning the cube, because if you redouble, then it's a dead cube for the opponent, and that's more value in that respect than you'd normally get. So this is I would just spin this. Oh my God, I would spin this fast, because, like I said, it would be a dead cube for Alex, and not only does Dougie have a double direct shot outside, it looks like a 22 number shot, but he's got, he's got a lead in the race going in. He was a bit ahead in the race, and now he's still ahead in the race, even after missing the shot and making his 3 point with a whatever that was, and being hit. He's still. It would not have doubled from the bar here. Now he lifts the outside blot. A reasonable decision. I think he was right to lift 9 to 8. And now Alex makes a solid 4 prime and safeties up his back checkers. I agree with that decision too. And I believe Dougie should run.
You have to make a bid for freedom here. It's a little scary, but
well, yeah, I believe he should have done it regardless of double shots and all that.
Yeah.
Now, you know, he's sort of. He wishes he had, I guess, maybe a little bit. I'm not exactly sure, but he's got a. I don't think Alex is going to be doubling for a while. Walter Price used to say, never double when you're ahead 2 away, 3 away. Never double to 2. Because it's likely, the reason is it's likely you have some good gammon chances if you're so big a favorite.
If there are gammons in the mix.
Undoubled gammon wins the match for the leader. But Alex is behind in the race before the roll. And he does double. I would take this. I mean, I think it's a it might be a reasonable double, but especially given the chance that Dougie will make the wrong decision, whatever it might be. I'm not really sure. I mean, I would, you know, you got that semi-advanced anchor, and you've got play against the back checker, but Dougie dropped it.
Yeah, if you're up in the race and your opponent still has some work to do clearing checkers out of your home board, it's probably going to be a take, and it's one of those positions that it's hard to envision how it's going to go your way, but there are just enough bits.
Yeah, you think the trouble is your opponent can't do everything at once. You know, so if I set that position up in XG, so now Alex has got a split, I believe, despite 13 checkers in the zone. I don't think he wants to, but he doesn't split. Interesting. And Dougie doesn't. Oh, it's Crawford, so he can't double. All right, so there's hardly any at all incentive for Alex to do anything but just play for the win, maximize 1 games, and not worry about gammons, because you know gammon gets him to gets Dougie to double match point, whereas there's no difference from a single game except that Alex would have a free drop of a 2Q, which is worth something but not a hell of a lot. So Dougie says, all right, I'm gonna break my anchor, and I'm gonna not. Gammons don't hurt me, he says. Now Alex misses. It pays off. Wow.
That free drop is worth what? Something a little under 2%. It's not
somewhere around there. It's not a lot, and it's usually going to pale to some insignificance compared to your chance to you're maximizing your winning chances in the game.
So that's interesting. You're down in the race, so you can that argues for just staying back and challenging him to make all those points in his home board. 3 gaps to fill. Or I guess
it is interesting. It's an interesting choice. I mean, you want to maximize contact, but you also want to keep a strong board. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to come up with both of your back checkers,
right? Because
the race is bad. So you might do something like play bar to 21 and then 24 to 12. I would not. It's somewhat so the trouble is he had to break an innerboard point. He had to break a 6 point. That was a very interesting play. Now Dougie comes part way home, duplicates a covering 3 out there, Alex will, of course, hit and try to find a 6.
And certainly with well, you would just hit and pop out here, right? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. And now fan, and now, okay, but now he doesn't cover here.
This is a
He had fours and threes, and, and 6-1 and 5-2, and what else? Boxcars covers the 3-point.
So do you lift one of these checkers or not?
What's the pip count? The pip count is close now. Yeah, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you do lift a checker, but he's got a block. You might play something like 15-9 and 6-4, which he does. And now he comes in, and he's probably going to play. He's going to choose between 6-4 and 3-1. I might play 6-4. He plays 8-6, which is he gets missed again. That's interesting. I think he might just bring 2 checkers in. He's ahead in the race after playing by a few pips. And there's a 6-4. He's going to come around. See, the thing is, I don't think that 8-6 gained much in the race. I mean, you made a crossover. Now he stays back. I guess I think I would have just come around all the way and tried to race. But he says, "All right, I'm controlling some territory. I'm improving my board." Now Alex, now Alex is he made a good play, I believe. There, he's and now Dougie's going to head and cover. Alex got extra covering chances.
Yeah.
Oh, he should. Oh, I think. Oh, at the pip count. Well, he's a little bit ahead. I don't know. He didn't want to. It was interesting. He did not. But with 9s and 7s to hit, because that's already 11 numbers and a bunch of. He did hit and jump and fan, and now Alex is a favorite in the game and match. I would have played 8-5-6-1 with Dougie's 5-3.
Yeah, especially with gammons not mattering. There's really nothing to fear there. You just make your opponent an underdog to hit you.
So at that, so I have what I've done is in the background, I fired up my USBGF supercomputer and mini computer, and I put in that doubling decision that Alex had, where Dougie dropped to go down in Crawford, and it's a double. According to XGR++, it's a double by 0.03, and it's a big take. It's 0.817, and I'm running a rollout. Rollouts go very fast on this other machine, so we'll see what it says. But now it looks like Alex is just going to win this game and take match 1.
All right.
Oh, that's a slight error on Alex's part. The slightest of slight errors. I think you should have played 5-3 to off.
Okay.
Maximize double 2s.
Alex suggesting a 5-minute break, which we can use.
Dougie has refused. No, just kidding. There are no
That's
rules.
the other nice thing about. Oh, right.
So that's it.
All right. Oh, that'll be one to look at.
So the good thing about
Dougie's going to have to take a few more chances to get the better of Alex in this contest. Being a little more aggressive with the doubling when he can make himself a favorite in a game like that last one.
Yeah, right. So Dougie's history is he played a lot of money games, and in the old days, you depending on your bankroll and all that stuff. Like I was in situations when I was a very young man, where I was once in a shoe-at in the box where if I lost the game, I couldn't pay my rent. I would have had to borrow money to pay my rent. But I won the game, luckily. It concentrates your clarity of thought quite well. But Dougie, I don't recall Dougie ever being in a position like that. If he was, I certainly didn't know it about him. So, but if you're playing for money, you have these money-like cube actions, where the score doesn't matter.
Mhm.
The score only matters if you're trying to, get somebody to steam or something.
Now, I've always asked an interesting question. I'd like to hear your answer to it. I'm curious whether you would say that cube action, in terms of your PR, is it tougher? Is cube action tougher in match play or in money play when it comes
It's tougher in match play, unequivocally tougher in match play.
because
The score will change the money, what the cube action would be for money, quite radically sometimes. Like, remember, I was playing Dougie the other day, and in the semifinals of this, and he doubled me. He was ahead something like I don't know, 70-1 to 78 or something, or 71 to 79, some kind of pip count like that. Maybe it was somewhere around there, 70 to 78, something like that. And it was just a straight race.
Mm-hmm.
And I just immediately dropped. He was ahead 4 away to 6 away. And I dropped, I gave him a point, letting him get to 3 away, 6 away. And at that score, you want to be actually a little conservative in races taking 2 cubes.
But see, I'm actually asking a slightly different question. I think it's obvious that there are. I think it's clear that there are more difficult cube decisions in match play. But I'm actually wondering about PR. There's also a lot of almost forced decisions in match play, right? So, for instance, if you're post Crawford, you're doubling, right? So the opportunity for cube errors in a lot of match scores are kind of trivial. Whereas money games, every game, you're having decisions. You see what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That's right. The cube is active.
Mm-hmm.
The cube is active a lot of the time. So but all you really have to know, I think that's overcome by the fact. All you really have to know in a money game is like, okay, are you, somewhere a little, you adjust for gammons and backgammons, but then you say, all right, my basic take point is going to be 25%, right? And I'll get some value out of the cube, so I might be able to take like a straight race with 21, 22%.
Yeah,
and that's not the hardest thing to do in a lot of positions.
Right. Well, the match score adds just an entire further level of complexity. But
and there's
nuances. A lot of times in matches, it's just very easy. Certain scores. It's almost automatic, which it never really is for running. Of course, the other thing is in matches, it's really possible to make gigantic blunders with cube. That especially, for instance, taking a recube to 4 when you're leading substantially, or doubling too early in that case. You can pick up some massive 0.66 blunders if you're not adept at that, which is harder to do for money.
Right. That's right. You can. The potential cost is big, and there's nuances of post Crawford play too.
Yeah. Oh, incidentally, we have the. I see Matt put the playoff bracket up there, which we were just looking at before this match started. And there you see Dougie got past Albert, me, and Marty to get to the final. Also in the playoffs, David Kornwitz and Stephen Hassman, John Leonard also made the top 7. And it was a really interesting and tough season. Marty, you were on top of the standings going into the final tournament.
Yeah, I lost 2 matches. I played a horrible first match. I played in the, for me, it was horrible. It was, my PR was like 5 something, I believe.
Heavens.
Something. And I usually don't play in the 5s.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do, of course. But and then I lost in the consolation to someone other, maybe John Leonard, and I played like think I played in the ones or something. I played really well in the consolation match. It was only a 5-pointer, of course, but I lost anyway. And then I got like 2 participation points. You know, the 6-year-old's participation trophy, whatever. So that was enough to knock me out of the top spot in the points race. Otherwise, I would have been getting
the coveted bye.
Instead of doubling my equity. You know, instead of Alex getting it.
Alex got past me in the finals of that tournament, and I was hoping to get that spot, which I got last year and didn't get anywhere with. I bombed out in the semis. Our friend Rich Sweetman was number 8. He was the unfortunate person to be just off the bubble there, just by 7 points over the course of a season.
It sucks to be number 8. I was going into a May tournament a few years back. I was number 8. And I think I barely cashed. I think I got second consolation or something, and that was enough to squeak me into the finals by a couple of points maybe or something. And then I went on to win.
Yeah.
So that was and I'd had just a nothing season up to the, really subpar kind of season. But just if you're, if you get in the final 7, you can win the whole thing.
Yep. So it's a great structure and a great tradition. We've been running the club championships here since the 1970s, and it's a real achievement to win this title. It takes a lot of play, and it takes a lot of strong play, and it, of course, takes some luck too. But if Alex wins this one, it'll be his 3rd and 6th year, which is woof. And,
that's very hard to do.
Of course, you and Alex have been swapping off titles.
Yeah, we swapped until now. If he wins the title this year, that'll be 2 in a row for him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I've been club champion 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to make it 4, but
one of those beating out me in an epic 5-match contest that came down to DMP in match 5, as I recall.
Yeah, that was 2017, I think. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I was running on coffee that whole playoffs.
Oh, you have the 6-4 pointing opening again.
Oh, so he's down 1-0 to. I guess Dougie might do it as a matter of course. That might be his go-to opening.
People do these days. I've definitely seen it. Pretty common.
I tend not to do it at evenish scores because what I don't like about it is it's too inflexible, right? And so if I'm playing a weaker player, I would like to not let that weaker player roll a mere joker or 2 and then make my game hard to play and make theirs easy to play.
Yeah.
Such as if they roll a 3-1 followed by a 4-2 or something like that. But if I figure if I've got more checkers in play for blocking, I've got more. I can sort of try to outsmart them with my sneaky algorithms or something. I have more flexibility of how I play later.
Say, Marty, I'm going to take a quick break myself, so I'll be right back. Carry on.
Okay, thank you, Albert. I'll carry on here. So we've got 1-0 to 9. Alex is white. He's leading. He's got a juicy double 4, and he's got an embarrassment of riches. I mean, he can just play purely. He can make his 4-point and come around 18. He moves 18-point checker. Put a builder on his 10-point. He will then be ahead in the race by a little bit, and he'll have much more pressure against Dougie's back checker than Dougie has against Alex's 1 back checker. Another play, he could make the 1 point on Dougie's head. And then I think he could double. He could double if Dougie stayed on the bar, but he makes the pure play. He comes around, and now the thing is that Dougie doesn't have that many great rolls. 6-3, 6-4, 6-5 are good. 6-6 is good. 6-1 is okay. But then the other numbers are not so great. And now the thing about this position is Alex has got a lot of pressure on that back checker, and he's winning. He's ahead in the race by a little bit. Or it was an even pip count. And now Dougie. He doubled, and Dougie took. He says, "I'm not afraid of you." Mr. Zamanian, come ahead, and now Alex has rolled a kind of a mediocre 3-2. He made his 8-point, which is part of a broken 5 climb from his 8 to his 3. And now Dougie has rolled a 5-1, which is good. He gets to put Alex on the bar, so he only has one. He's got to come in from the bar before he does anything else. He makes use of that third checker on his deuce point. Now Alex comes out. That's interesting. It's interesting that he came out to the 18 point. I guess he wants to duplicate hitting sixes, and he wants to force Dougie to break a point if he hits. So he rolled a 1-5 apparently, with which he hit and bounced to the deuce point. Now that's a big swing. If he had stayed on Dougie's 5-point, Dougie would have pointed on. The thing about coming out to the bar point, Dougie's bar point, is that you don't get pointed on inside the board and then face a 4-point board. So Alex now, he's got a 4-3, and he's going to come in. And now he hits loose, and he's trying to take advantage of his 4-point board versus Dougie's 3-point board. Now Dougie has nothing really but to come in and hit, and now Alex has hit him back. Now Dougie owns a 2 cube, and he's in this blot hitting situation against Alex's better board, and now Dougie is fanned, which is really bad news. And now Alex, he can make a big blitzing play, he can break, which he does. He breaks his 6-point to switch to the 1-point, leaves a direct shot, which Dougie misses, and he fans, and now Alex is going to make his 6-point with a 3, and probably he could play a 5 in for an extra builder for his open 2-point, and Dougie fans again, and now Alex is just a favorite to win a gammon. I think he'll just make his I guess I'll make his bar point, because he'll have good 5s to aim at his 2-point, whereas 5s are blocked on the other side of the board. And there's a 6-2. He can play a 6 out, and maybe he can make another builder 7-5. Double 2s is going to hit in any case. And he goes for the extra builder. I think that's the right choice. And now he makes his 2-point with that extra builder, and he's a favorite to win a gammon and go ahead 5-0 in match 2. And he comes around safely, and he has no blot numbers. He's going to go 11-5, no blot numbers again. Good spare position. And double 3, he's going to clear 6-point and bear 1 off. Oh no, I don't like that. I think I would have cleared that 6-point. I think his gammon chances were well high enough. So now he has to leave an interior gap with a 5-1. And he has not left a shot as a result. But Dougie comes in quickly, and he'll try to save the gammon. He's a dog to save the gammon, but he might just do it. Who knows? He can come to his 9-point. It's not the biggest deal. He does a 6-5 as long as he doesn't waste pips. He could play 10-5, wouldn't be the worst. But now Alex is a massive favorite for gammon, and Dougie can just make any two non-wasting crossovers, and now this is a gammon no matter what. Now double 5s is not enough to save it. So Alex goes ahead 5-0. If he wins 3 matches, he wins the New England Backgammon Club 2020 to 2021 championship. And he is now he's a favorite, of course, to do so. He's already got 1 match under his belt. Beating in matches 1-0. And now Dougie will make his 2-point if past experience is a guide. Making the 2-point is, okay, now I guess he wants maybe to complicate. Bring down a builder. Making the 2-point wins more gammons because you are making a second interboard point, but your priming game is a little in the ditch if you do that. Because Dougie wants to keep options open. Albert and I were discussing that.
Hey, I'm back.
Hi, Albert. Alex won a gammon.
Oh,
He made a strong 4-point board, and he doubled 1-man back against 1-man back, and then he closed Dougie 2 checkers if Dougie's out and then won a 4-point gammon. He's had 5-zip.
right.
Interesting, Dougie opened this game with a 6-4, and he didn't make his 2-point, despite the big match stuff that he came out and down, which makes me think he might want to complicate and prime. And so the cube's in the middle here.
All right.
Say, Marty, I just turned on my window unit air conditioner. Is it making noise that you can hear?
I can't hear a thing like that.
Matt, if it's making a noise that you can pick up, let me know.
Okay. Well, if I can't hear it, maybe the stream can't either.
It's kind of hot in here today. It's been steamy in Boston this weekend.
It's steamy in southern New Hampshire, which is not far from Boston. Yeah. So now Dougie has got Dougie. I mean, this is the kind of position where maybe he doesn't quite have a double yet, but now he's looking at a double after he makes a 4-point prime, and this is a bad roll for Alex. He just has to go 13-4. I think is better than
leading 4-way, 9-way. Alex might not relish taking a cube.
I would not. His timing for a backhand isn't very good. Mm-hmm. He's got a gap on his 5-point. He's got a front-loaded position. He's only 32 pips down, so I would just drop in a shot. That's what Alex did.
Suggesting too that Dougie might have doubled a little more aggressively there.
Yeah, he could lose his market if he makes that bar point a lot. So, right. And but he made both his bar point and the 17-point, and Alex rolled badly. So it was kind of a massive market loss, I guess. And now this is just like double this now. Yep. He's got blitzing. He's got racing. He's got he's got a flexible game plan. It's I think maybe Alex can take this.
I think so too. He's got his bar point made, and Dougie's on split back there. I mean, you reference this to a 5-5 reply.
Yeah, he's got 2 more checkers in the zone. I guess Alex doesn't like it at the score.
And the score is going to be.
I might have taken that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to take things and then get gammoned and second guess myself. Let's see if I can get an XG opinion on that.
I get to try again. Another 5-5 attacker here.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I sneezed. Okay, yeah, he should attack and definitely spin that cube if he gets a fan after attacking. Oh, he doesn't make both points. I guess he's on the positional. He's on the positional equity. Now he has no choice except he's going to go 13-3. I think with the other two, make the 1 point, and he doesn't like the 8-3 part. Now he's okay. He says at least I've got a cleared midpoint, and he has to split with a deuce, of course, and hopefully he can survive. I might play really big and go 13-11. And then get hit with a double deuce, which now Dougie's ahead by quite a bit in the race, but he's got some, there's still some contact, and now there's a degree of contact enough that he should not double with that score. Some significant risks still. Now Dougie doesn't bury a checker. He plays 8-5. That's interesting. I think he did it because Alex had a blot on his board. Mm-hmm. And he's more flexible forward position. Wasn't afraid of being hit. He might double on the come if he gets a direct shot back against a 3-point board, even with a 5-point board of his own. But here, Dougie is on roll, and he says, oh boy, I could lose my market massively if I roll an 8 to 6 numbers, or a boxcars, which is 1 number.
Which is not a lot of numbers.
Not a lot, and then, but he's got some long-term shot equity as well as short-term, but he elects to stand pat, which is not unreasonable. Alex does have a 4-point board, not chopped liver. Dougie plays safe. That's a bad number. I think he's got to play. Yeah, he switches to his 1 point. Nothing better that I could see. With a 6-4.
Yeah, that
comes
would be
out. Comes out. It's interesting to come out. I am not so sure. And Dougie is, he wants those 6 hitting numbers. 5, 3, 5, 6, 8 hitting numbers. 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, 2. Yeah, 6 hitting numbers. 5, 5 not being chicken feed either.
So this is an interesting cube here. I think I would send this as Alex. You hit that blot or another.
He's not getting gammoned all that much, and he's got deuces to hit, and he's got 8 numbers to make the 5 point for closed board, and he's got a bonus double 6 to hit out there, and he's got a bonus double 5, and he's got a bonus double 4 to hit, and he's got a bonus double 5 to make his 11 and get a nice racing position. So it's a good double, I think. Maybe he thinks this is too good and not good enough, or
if with a dance here, he's going to be too good.
He's going to be too good for sure with a dance.
And with 4 away,
he's not going to be too good after a double 5.
See whether that
he might be too good after coming in once. He's going to bring another builder into range. And he's going to make his 11, I think. Yep, giving himself double 6s to close. Double 5s does not close, so it brings everything in. He could have left 1 outside with no... I think he would have saved himself 1 number, 1 blot number. He wouldn't have had to leave a shot with a direct shot with double 5s. He could have just cleared his 6 point and left 1 outside. But he brought him in quickly. I guess maybe that might be a little better for the gammon. Although I'm not sure of that either, because he would have had an extra hitter outside. So it might have been equivalent for the gammon. A little better for shots, I don't know. But now Dougie he's now favored to save the gammon with that double 4.
It helps though. Yeah.
Helps a lot. He's favored. He is favored, that's what I mean. So he comes around, yeah. He comes around, and now it's 100% that he saves it now. If Alex wants to go for that PR, he could just not double and not give Dougie a decision, you see, and that means that would only matter for purposes of the Galaxy rating.
Right.
He might
remember, it doesn't do Alex any good on his decision count, of course, but you're right. You can
but it doesn't cost
your
him.
opponent to one
He's 100% anyway.
Yeah, this is not a BMAB tournament.
It's not a BMAB. So speaking of BMAB, they're having one in Novi, the upcoming live Novi tournament.
That's great to hear.
I'm going to play in that one.
Good. I've yet to make it to that tournament. It's a tough time of year for other family activities, but I'd surely love to make it.
My kids are supposedly grown, so.
Supposedly.
Well, number 1 son is 30.
That's grown.
The PhD student, yeah.
What's he studying?
Philosophy.
Oh, excellent. I did a master's degree in philosophy in Scotland at University of Edinburgh. It was a very happy year.
Nay. Oh, nay, a double 5. Nay does mock the bar point. But now Dougie must hit, I guess. He must hit.
Scary.
Watches everywhere. Alex did not win a gammon there, and he's now 3 away to 7 away. And Dougie's doing yeoman's duty, hitting back, but now Alex is going to hit back here with the ace. No contest, I don't think. Just hit. And there's a nice double 1. He could switch to the 23 point and play from there. He can't switch with a double hit without being dinged severely. Oh, a nice roll double with making both the 7 and 8 point. And now this is crummy. He's got a double hit this one. And Alex says never double 3 away, and Dougie probably says 5 to 2, 3 to 2. Dougie was not. doesn't usually make plays like that, but here he's got hardly any choice.
Right. That would have been easy to
Or
miss.
2 on the roof. And now he's going to not double, and he's going
So
to make
far,
a
so
fourth
good.
point.
He's putting this together.
He can think of doubling here at the
3.
score. It's Alex has got a lot of winning chances, but now this is a very tough take. So now Dougie has a two-way, multi-way game plan. He can attack or he can.
Yeah, I
even
think
race.
I would just let this go.
I would let it go with the score. His recube, his cube power owning the 2 cube is not very much. So he does give it up.
Three-way, 6 away. Alex is still going to be very jealous with the cube in gammonish positions, at least. He's probably searching for a way not to put checkers behind the anchor here. Strips out all his outer points. Hard not to make the 5.
So it looks like that. It looks like that double that Dougie made when he was ahead in the match, or he was behind in the match, and let's see. I'm not sure I had the right position, but maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
This is a useful roll for Dougie, but it's going to leave him pretty brittle. Too many points. He's got the maximum number of points.
Yep, and now this is
Ooh, Joker.
I was going to say no double for Dougie, of course, and no double for Alex probably, unless he rolled really bad.
This could be maybe not enough covers there.
Yeah, maybe not enough covers. I would do it anyway, just to see what Alex is made of at least. But Alex is not. This I would not have done. I mean, breaking the 9 point is not.
Right. Well, Alex rolls the counter Joker. Ironically, the same 6-4 that.
I would have just gone 12 to 5. I don't know what's so attractive about breaking the 9 point. It's a blocking point.
Mm.
Now he remakes it with whatever it was 2-1, I guess. And now that's a bad. That's if Alex gets Alex is. I guess he's just going to come around with all the way from the back. He could play 8-2, 7-3, but then he's still got his. It's a little bit risky.
He'd be happy to hit with that 4 if he had a 6. But, he doesn't want to leave 2 blots on the home board.
Yeah, I think I would just say, all right, do your worst, escape or hit me if you dare, and then I got a holding game.
Yes, considering the same
game. Otherwise, yeah. So that's what Alex does. I would say no double for Dougie. He's still got a lot of work to do. He's got to clear his points. He's got to escape. And now I would definitely make that 1 point, which he does. And now I would. The race is in Dougie's favor. It might be enough for a double. But the thing about doubling when the opponent is 3 away is that second point gets them to Crawford. And Dougie just doubles. I'm 18 pips ahead. I double. And Alex is just going to take, I think. I don't think he's going to. I would certainly take this. He's got some timing to improve his board and hold his banker. Dougie might have trouble getting home. Now, Dougie he can clear his 10 point now. He could clear his 10 point. Maybe he doesn't. He says, I'm not going to leave any blotches. There's a 3 number shot. Now he's going to clear his 9 point. Okay, so that's a great number. Just clear it. No blot numbers following. And now I would just strip that, yep, nothing really else. And I think you just got to keep your, okay, he saves a 6, and now I think he's just going to, no, Dougie's a pay now, man. He pays later. Because Alex's timing is a little doubt, and he's just going to, at least just going to bury checker on his 1 point. Hope for Dougie to roll a 6x like that.
Yes.
Now no hit, all right, but at least we could just move one checker all the way to the 5. Or they both have some wastage on the low point, so I think I would just say, all right, I'm going to leave one back. Hope not to be hit. I mean, 6-5 is a blot number, 6-6 is a blot number. Those are the only blot, and 2-1 is a blot number.
Also, numbers like 6-3, he'll hit, but then he won't bear a checker off. He'll have to lift it.
There's a blot number, so now he's into the 5, off with the 6.
Yeah.
And kaboom! Could be the fatal lozenge.
The fatal lozenge.
But now that's from Edward Gorey.
Right.
And Dougie could have considered going 5-3 with that deuce for the race. Instead, he went 3-1. It's not the biggest deal for the race, but it's something. Now he's got an extra checker behind the 4-point gap. And now Alex has got to, let's see if we do a Keith count, what do we get? 1540 is 45, and then 1/7, 51 is the Keith count for Alex, and then we got 18 and 24 is 42, 44, 54.
What's Dougie's take point for a 4-cube here for match?
Well, down 8-3 would be
I still don't know my take points, and I
think you'd have something like 9%.
I can cheat and look at XG.
Yeah. Yeah. Opponent needs 6, 1 Crawford. So it's 11%, not 9. I get confused if my 7-pointers or my 9-pointers. Okay, he needs, what did he need? He needs 6. 6 away, 1 away Crawford is 11 point something %, routing to 11. So now Dougie he's on the gammon go. He wants a gammon badly, so we'll get him to an even away score if he wins 2 points. And Alex is I believe he's just going to go 11-3 and make his 9-point. I would have made that 4-point perhaps. But I guess his idea is, the 9-point is good for DMP purposes for clearing. I think he's just going to cover maybe. He's going to think he's going to hit with the 6, and he's got to think about covering with a 5 or running with a 5. They're both interesting. I would cover, but it's DMP, so he risks a 22 pip loss from being hit back.
Right.
Versus 7 pip loss, but more ways to be hit back. So he says, all right, I'll risk, now. Hopefully he just covers safely, and that's it. Dougie has to either slot his 5-pointer or go 13-8. They're going to be close. And now, okay, so there's a safe cover. So Alex's nefarious plan works. He's happy to have his 9-point now. Dougie covers. Alex goes, 6-3, 6-1, or 9-1 is okay too. He keeps those more spare checkers, and Dougie makes his 3-point. And now he's probably just going to clear his midpoint. Do I see any blot numbers? 4 is a blot number. 4 is a bad blot number. That's all low, I think. That's the only blot number that I can see. Play 3-1, he can play 2-1, 3-2, he can play all those things. So and then keeping the midpoint is very risky. It's stripping your 8 and 9 point. I would clear the midpoint. Let the double
Like
4.
clearing the midpoint safely is going to be a bigger challenge than making your 4-point probably.
Oh yeah. You've only got 7 ways to clear your midpoint safely right away, and if you don't clear your midpoint safely right away, you probably deteriorate up front, if not leave a blot. So your point is well taken there. Now he just okay. So he's just going to make his 4-point, and Dougie's probably just going to come in, keep his 5', 8-3. I think 8-3 is probably better than hitting and bouncing because of the greater flexibility.
Trying to flush him out by picking and passing is probably the wrong idea because it just leaves.
You bury a checker. And it's inflexible. So now Dougie's got to move up front. He's got to make his 1 point. It looks like. And 5-4 is a non-blot number. He can just play 8-4, 6-1, which he'll promptly do. Unless he doesn't see it. He does see it. Dougie's going to slot his deuce point. And Alex is going to play safely, clearing his 9 point. And Alex is probably just going to go move 1 checker from his 20 point, which he does. And now things are getting skinny. 6-1, 4-3. The only blotless number. Blotless way to play it. 6-5 is ugly.
That is just a little too much.
He's got to move his 20-point checker and then decide how to come in. Probably that's right. Probably did right. Now Alex is going to clear his 6-point, I believe, because he might have trouble even if Dougie misses playing safely. 2 big numbers, blotch, and now Dougie closes his board. 6-2, 14-9. And 5-1 is a blot number, and he's going to minimize shots. Minimize shots. He does not want to get gammoned and leave 2 blots.
Also minimize blots. I think.
Blots is the key.
You don't want to leave 2 blots.
So you can leave 15. You can leave 15 shots versus 16 shots, or he can leave. He can leave 13 shots and 2 blots, but he's going to leave 15 shots on 1 blot. 8-3, 8-7.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what he's thinking about here.
He's probably just counting things and making sure. It's a casual clock. He's still got 22 minutes. Over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's winning in a Crawford game, so he's got a lot of time.
But with gammons mattering, you certainly wouldn't want to leave 2 blots, even if it's unlikely that he'd pick up both. And
no, I think you could leave a few more shots than just 1 more or 2 more. You know. And
there's only one play that's
only right to minimize blots. Yeah, there's only one blot play. I mean, right. I guess you could try 8-3 1 off or something. Save the gammon once and for all, but the server takes a dim view of that. Right. It subtracts galaxy coins or something. It doesn't let you on unless you pay 1 Bitcoin. All right. Alex might have suffered heat stroke. He minimized shots. Oh, this has got to be a big mirror. Now he's got to leave another. He's got to leave an 8-1 shot outside.
Right. That's interesting.
Well, he doesn't have to. He could leave a.
Did you count the shots? What was the shot difference?
I think it was
13.
1. It was 2. I think he had 13 shots. He had any deuce and 5 threes, 13. The other one was 15. So it was 2. He saved 2 shots, but he left 2 blots in a gammon safe position. I think that's got to be way wrong. Massive error on that 5-1, I believe. But he's thinking also, the race is better if he fans or something. That's a small factor, but it's got to be overcome by the gammon save factor. So now he should just play. He should just leave it on the 8-point because he could play a safe 6-4, 5-4, 4 in, and then off with the other one, and now he's playing safe, and now Dougie's just going to lose game and match, most likely. And he can only cross over once. And he can only cross over once. And he's got a 0 chance to win from here.
Right.
Did not have a 0 chance. He would have put a checker on the 3-point and borne off.
Back to the
Now he's down in the Crawford match situation. So it was a 3-7, 3-5, 5-8. Not bad for Dougie.
Yeah. Both players stepping up their game in the second match there. But Dougie's back is to the wall, having lost the first 2 matches in the best of 5 series. So
if you look at if you click analyze there, they may. I guess you can't. Maybe if you're not them.
Right.
Yes, you can. I think you can if you're watching. Click analyze, and then we can go look at the last game.
Well, maybe our friend Matt Reklaitis would like to join us here.
Yeah, Matt, you obviously can, and I can't because I'm not. I guess I could watch it on Galaxy or something if I really wanted to.
Matt, you out there? You want to come say hello and maybe join us for the third match?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just in the background. I can try to analyze it for you.
Yeah, if you click analyze, look at the last game and look at Alex's 5-1.
The problem is if we get in the tank with the analysis, I'm going to miss them starting the third match. So
I see.
I got to watch for that.
Maybe I can do it in the background. Go to Galaxy.
I can't give you control of the screen. It's just too
No,
complicated.
I'm going to do it in my browser.
Okay. So I think it's a 5-minute break now, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so
And
so
one of the graphics I wanted to share was the club championships. Maybe Albert has something to say about this.
Yeah, that would be great to see. See what's at stake here. See what the tradition is. So here we go, back from going back all the way to 1976 when the New England Backgammon Club got started. You see over on the right there, Alex is our current club champion, looking to make it 2 in a row.
Play. Okay.
My colleague Marty here was champion last year. So both players,
the year before last.
both players have.
I think Alex was champion last year.
Yeah, both players have interesting achievements on the line here. For Alex, it would be the first player to win 2 in a row in quite a long time, going back to Herb Gerland's run in 1997 and 98. This would give him 4 championships in 7 years. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 6 years.
Yeah, in 6 years.
That's winning championship 2/3 of the time for a substantial run would be quite an achievement. I misspoke the other day, actually, in a message I sent out about the title record. I'd mentioned that Bill Roberti was the record holder for most titles, but I was wrong about that. Bill has 6, but our dear departed friend Herb Gerland has 7. So Alex, if he wins today, I believe will tie Bill and still be 1 short of Herb's terrific record. A 21-year stretch, he won 7 times. So that's also 1 in 3. Dougie won the championship title all the way back in 1985. If you look at the lower left, he hasn't been playing continuously at the club for all those years. He's, I don't know, Marty, when did Dougie kind of come back to us? Maybe 6 years ago?
Okay, so, okay, so he's played intermittently. So I remember that he was, when I got to the New England Backgammon Club in 91, and I played in there was a Boston Open that the New England Backgammon Club ran in 93.
Mm-hmm.
And with added money and just chock full equity. And I won that tournament. And it helped me win the ABT title, the first ever ABT title. And, the first time ABT was held. And I remember I played Dougie I think I played him in the round of 16 of that tournament. So that was 93, and he was around intermittently in those days.
I remember playing Dougie in the 90s when I first came.
But he hasn't been for the online tournaments. He's been a regular in the online tournaments here this year.
Yep.
And he has been, I think in the past few years, he's been playing a lot of the live tournaments too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some great names here apart from Bill Roberti, of course, and Marty. You know, some of the great writers in Backgammon. We also got Herb, of course, a great reputation. Walter Trice, author of the popular Backgammon boot camp book, and he was champion twice. And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody here. I don't know all the early era players.
Well, so you know, like you got, of course, you got Bill Roberti. So Mike Labens.
Who's he? I don't know that name.
See, Mike Labens is a friend of mine, right? I haven't talked to him in a long time. I guess he went straight or whatever. He put on a suit and tie and got married and started making babies back in the 80s sometime, maybe, or the 90s. But he hasn't, you know, he played a lot in the 70s and 80s. And I met him at the Cavendish Club in wherever the hell that was. Brookline, maybe.
Well, the third match underway here. Alex up two matches to none.
Yep. So Dougie, this is the Crawford game, the Crawford match.
And I think things have quieted down enough. I can join you. I can join you for this one, but I'm not. I might not talk too much.
Okay, great. It's good to have you.
You're always a voluble fellow, anyway, Matt. Albert and I try to use words like voluble and
voluble.
We'll play the sophisto. Use big words like
penultimate.
Yeah, penultimate, and there's ultimate and penultimate, and then there's what comes before penultimate.
Oh,
it's a matter of Latin prefixes, which I'm not an expert at, and Albert probably is.
I feel like there is a word for that, but I don't remember what it is. Do you?
I don't know. I could never grasp the ablative absolute. A stupid fellow I was at Latin. No, I never even studied Latin. There's some weird languages out there, but Latin is,
anti-penultimate.
Anti-penultimate. Oh,
it's the game before the almost ultimate.
Before the second to last. Okay.
Yeah. Ante is before. Pina is almost.
Ante is A-N-T-E.
Almost an island.
Am I right about that? Is it A-N-T-E? Penultimate?
Anti-penultimate. Yeah, that's a good word.
Instead of A-N-T-I. Against the penultimate. So Alex is a favorite in this game. He's up in the race, and he's got his back checkers escape, but because he's got two checkers on his 1 point and he's only got one additional innerboard point made, Dougie's got significant shot equity. Now, Alex doubles. That's a interesting decision. Maybe it was right because maybe Alex counted all his point-making numbers. Well, there was a significant amount of point-making numbers. But if he didn't make a good point, by which I mean innerboard point or the bar point, Dougie would have tons of shot equity. He's still got a good amount of shot equity, and here is a blot number already. You have nothing else but that. That's the only real good way to play a 6-4. Dougie has missed, and now he's hoping Alex rolls 6 something and leaves another blot. They still think he should slot his deuce point with a 6, which he does. But 3-2 Alex covers seamlessly, as they say, and now Dougie improves his board. And Alex, the good news is he clears his midpoint. The bad news is he dumps on the ace point. And here comes Dougie and Fan with it a 6-6. And here comes Dougie again. Probably slot the 1 point. Oh, this is okay. Well, he's happy he didn't a little bit because now Alex must clear his 8 point. Virtually must. And kaboom! And that's going to be the end unless Alex enters with a fancy number and he doesn't. Now redouble drop. He can't fight on here. This is too ugly. Dougie takes the lead for two zip. I think maybe this is the only time he's been in the lead, if I'm not mistaken. So Dougie cashes the shot equity, and now Alex, interesting 4-3. I mean, he can play. There's 3 plays that I see. He can play down and up. Well, there's 4 plays. He can play down and up, down with a 4 and up with a 3. He can play 13-6. Check his race. He can do this to protect, to gain tempi and try to just get missed and then sneak home somehow. This is another interesting choice. Jeez. Oh, this is tough. You can. This is just unstack his midpoint and kind of make a builder. That's a good play, I guess. I guess that's probably what I would have done. And now he gets hit back, and now he hits in return, and now this is a game of 2-6 from the bar is kind of crummy. Dougie might want to tempo hit this. It's ugly no matter what, because the human play, the more human play is to come out to the bar point, but Dougie does the tempo hit. Maybe a little funny looking.
I might have come out just because of the stripped 8-point.
Yeah, I'm inclined to think you're right, Matt. Attacking. No, I guess he must. Well, he doesn't. I might do this. Come in with a 5 and lift the outside block. And Alex is thinking it's an even pip count. Got a stronger board. He's got some attack going on. Is it enough to double? He does. The clear take. I think he makes the right move to make the point. He doesn't fan, but he does anchor up. And now is Alex going to just slot his bar point? There's Alex's. So if you want to burglarize Alex, you can see where he sits. Not Alex, Albert, I mean. So now I guess it looked like what did he do? Slot his bar point and then make it, or did he just make his bar point? He make Dougie's bar point and then place. Then roll natural. And now Dougie is trying to race a bit, escape that sucker. Alex has rolled a nondescript 5-4. He slots. He keeps all assets and he slots, and now Dougie hits him. And now Alex misses the return shot. And comes out, and now I guess he's just going to come out of the 6 and hit with a deuce. Now he gets hit back, unfortunately for him. And now he's going to hope he gets in, which he doesn't get in. And now this is the gammon vig comes into play now. Because Alex just hits. And pick a 5, it's not critical. I guess he came. I don't know what he did with the 5. 3-1, I guess, plays safe, probably. Just 16-13. Back checker up, yep. 5-2, there's the anchor. Dougie fights on. Alex probably exits, yep. And then Dougie makes his board up in short order. And Alex leaves a 17-1 shot. I believe you should just go 15-6 for a builder for the 4-point. Might be useful. Just glad he did. I guess he's got to keep his. He doesn't keep his midpoint. That was interesting. It's better for the race to make the play that Dougie did. So maybe he just says, "All right, it's somewhat inevitable. I'll just play safe. I'll just play. I won't bury checker. I might race later." And now Alex keeps the builders in play, leaves a 17-1 shot again. Race is still pretty close. Dougie theatrically hopes for the boxcars or the 6-1. When Dougie makes a delay like this, so he comes down to about where his clock starts to run, and then he rolls. Take your pick with a 3-1, go 8-5 and find a 1, 11-10, 7-6. It doesn't much matter. Even 5-4. Now safe. For Alex will go 10-5, 8-7. I believe he's not going to leave. Oh, and Dougie's up to the edge. Hooray! Close pip count, get up to that edge. And Alex is starting to come around the corner. Makes the 11 for maximum safety. And Dougie's still hoping for the box cars or the 5 cars. A duck and a caboose is what he actually rolls. Caboose being the other end of a boxcar. And maybe Alex will play safely again, I believe.
4 shots is a lot. You'll probably get away with it, but it's a lot. 4 shots feels like
I had an online opponent in one of these big online tournaments, and I had a position somewhat like this, like Alex has, and I made a play somewhat like he did here. And then he kibits that I don't know why you're, it's the effect, I don't know why you're not leaving, some indirect shots like you're supposed to. And it's like, but I'm not supposed to. What's the supposed to, Who says who's supposed to do what? XG, I guess, right? And so they happen to know that generally you don't leave indirects like that. Even now, I think he's probably supposed to just break his 8-point, a closed board over there. Mm-hmm. 4 mildly gammonous shots, you just don't leave them. Just break the 8-point, be flexible, slot your 3-point,
Yeah.
Predict Alex is not going to hesitate much. He's probably taking a look, but
Well, you get the chance of leaving no shots, and then a lot of times if you have to leave the shot, it's pretty much the same risk.
Yeah, you could leave your 4 shots later if you need. Well, it'll be 6 shots now.
It'll be 6 now if he breaks. Which
he doesn't have to leave.
There's no
blot.
6-1, 2-1, but it's bad for the race.
There are no blot numbers. He's not forced to leave any blots next turn. Mm-hmm. He might elect to, but I don't think he will elect to. He doesn't have. Oh, he left. Okay, this is okay.
This looks instructive.
Moral of the story is now should he double or should he chance the immediate double 4 and try to double next time? So I think he's right. But Dougie's probably right to play on there. It's my vague feeling. He does no blot number here even. 6-6 plays. So 6-5 he's just going to go 12-6, 16-11. Still no blot numbers. 5-3, still no blot numbers, in and off. Double 1, still no blot numbers, 64 twice. What I would do.
Losing a gammon here would be a cruel result.
3-2 plays safe again and keep your closed board. I believe Dougie will do it. It's 4-2, 4-1. Why not? He might be second guessing himself and saying, I might make an error later if I roll a 6-1. Any fans, I might not. But he did play what I think is right. Now just clear his 6-point. And now 1 more off. And now
there go the gammon dreams, but picking up 2 points is a great result.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think he can win a gammon legally even. So he got his 8-1 shot. And he makes a normal 6-2 opener. I think Alex should still split with that 3 instead of come down even at the score. And now Dougie hits him back. 6-3, or pumping the checkers back and forth, and now it's starting to clarify. Advanced anchors start to appear. And it's just a holding racing game with a close race. Good roll for Dougie to make his 5. Good roll for Alex to make probably his 10 and 18.
Is making the 10 pretty clear here? I guess I would have been thinking about 6-3-2.
Well, I think it's good to clear the midpoint. It's good to block the 5s. He's a little bit ahead in the race at least, right? I think Alex has no choice but to go 8-6 with that deuce. And now Dougie's probably just going to hit him loose. And now fan, so things are looking up a little for Dougie as he gets a 3-point board and Alex remains on the bar, at least for the nonce. Now Alex has to dump to the ace point. And the race is now Dougie goes a bit ahead in the race. He's probably just always safe, just clear as. No, he does it, makes a little. He hits loose, and Alex fans, and no double. And now see that now the 10 points, the value of the 10 point in positions like this is, it's something for sure. I mean,
Considerable.
Three back there at the edge. So this is interesting. He could cover his 1 point, or he could just escape while he can. He escapes while he can. Leaves the direct return shot, but Alex he's going to come out. He's just going to come out to the 18, I think. The race is kind of close still. And now Dougie can leave if he wants to. Instead, he maintains the contact. He maintains the anchor, and now it pays off because Alex rolls a crummy 6-1. He's probably just going to break his 8 point. Break his 7, make his 1, stack on his 6, but I don't like the stack so well. I'd rather try to improve the board gradually with more flexibility, which he does. He breaks his 8 point. And now Dougie is probably should just break his anchor. That race is still worth something, and Alex had those 2 blots over there. So it was a good opportunity to break contact. He was ahead. He's ahead 18 after, with Alex on roll. So it looked like a good time to race, but now it looks like now he gets 16 pips, so he's 2 down. Alex is 2 pips down after moving. So he can, I don't know if it's a big deal. Since he's behind in the match, he might want to maintain some contact, hoping for some swings, which he does. I guess I approve of this. Now with a 6-4, I believe Dougie should still probably run. But he hasn't rolled his 6-4 yet. He's probably thinking what he wants. Baron Vernon ball.
Visualization, key.
Visualize what you want, and you're more likely to get it. Mike Labens, the aforementioned Mike Labens, said he scoffed at Vernon Ball's book, and he said, "I saw Vernon Ball in person. I saw him miss 2 triple shots and a double shot in succession." So even if his theory about alpha backgammon, psychokinesis is right, he wasn't putting it into practice very well, at least.
There might have been skeptics in the area who were.
Oh yeah, negative energy. Yeah, negative alpha.
Right. That often.
What is negative alpha? Omega or something, or is it? We call it beta backgammon or out beyond Z, Dr. Seuss. So now, that was a good play by Dougie, I think, even now, because otherwise you have to leave the blotch somewhere else. Now Alex is probably just going to say, ho hum, start my board, which he does. And Dougie says, not ho hum, I'm going to make my 10 point, I believe. That's what he's going to do.
Is that clear? I would think.
It's not that clear. He could make his 4 point, right?
He could just run the back checker all the way home.
I'm sorry. He could run the back checker, buddy.
Now he's got to remake this point while because he only.
Maybe the timing is. Maybe you're right. Maybe the timing is worse.
This seems
this
more
way,
likely.
because this way, all right, Alex would make a. I mean, yeah, Alex would make a board. Oh, he's slotted. That's interesting. He slotted the second point. Now I think maybe Dougie could have volunteered an ace, maybe, but he didn't. And he's glad he didn't, I guess. Now he can just clear his 10-point. Oop, there's a double 5, and now the old boring race comes into play. 6-5 is a good number. And no double. And average plus. I think you should go. I don't know. Maybe Phil's. I don't know what to do with that.
I think I just put him on the deuce point.
Yeah, you can put him on the deuce point, and I think it's the same. The Keith count is the same either way after either of those plays, because you're only putting 3 on the 3-point, a 4th on the 3-point would incur a penalty of 1. So what's the Keith count? If it's this even in raw pips, it's not going to be a double. Nor will this be, but now we might be getting there. Ooh, now we may not be getting there. And now Alex has got 7 checkers to 7, and just double. Yeah,
This is going to be a pass, right? This is a.
Well, it all depends on how the small numbers play for Dougie.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse.
They're sort of good. The double twos and 1s are sort of good. And double 3s is good. So that's interesting. 4-1, and Dougie's down 4-1, so that's a factor.
No, Dougie's up 4-0. So
I mean, that's right. He's up 4-1,
right.
So that's a factor. So that's
a position that's worse than a 4-roll standard position, where also you've got a 4-0 lead. I think there are some pressures there that.
If it's worse than 4-roll standard, but don't forget that Alex's double 2 didn't work that well, right? His double 1s was pretty good, and his double 3s or better, of course, was very good. But so I'd say you're probably right that it's going to be a pass.
Do you remember the position? You're good at
yes,
that.
I remember the position. I can set it up over here. I'm starting to do that. So he had 3 on his 3. Alex had 3 on his 3, 2 on his 2, and 2 on his 1. So I'll just set that up and see what XG says about the.
Yeah.
But what did Dougie have? That's the question. He had he had 3 on his 2 and 2 on his 1. One on his 5 and 1 on his 4. No, he had 1 on his 5. I think he had. What's the I have to get rid of those checkers. Yeah. So Doug had 5, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. And so if I go, it was 4-1 to 9 for Dougie. Dougie 4, Alex 1 to 9. And it is Alex on roll. It was 4-1 to 9, right? So now we'll see what XG says. It says borderline on XGR++. Exactly.
It was 4-0. It was 4-0.
4-0. All right. So that might make a difference. So let me change the score back to 0. And now it's a slight take. It says on ++.
So Marty, Dougie had a checker on his 5 points.
Exactly the same. Oh no, the rollout. Interesting. The rollout says. The rollout is it makes it a lot closer. So I can do a lot of rollouts in a short time here.
Yeah, meanwhile, Alex picked up another quick point there, so 4-2.
All right, so it is now
7 away for Dougie.
Okay. So if I get the confidence, the interval down to, I want to get the confidence interval down to 0. And yeah, I got the confidence interval 0. It says 0.996. So it's a very slight take for Dougie. And if you believe that Alex is the favorite, as has so far been measured by the PR, I mean, it's consistent with the PR so far. Alex has won the PR both times. Then that's even more of an argument for Dougie to take that cube. So that interesting bear-off double was actually, Extreme Gammon says it was a theoretical take, based on the assumption that both players are equal in skill, and also practical take based on based on that theoretical result and based on the idea that Alex might be the favorite overall. So now Dougie, this is an exciting game because it's prime versus prime with tactics thrown in, and Dougie has just made a 5-point board, a juicy 5-point board, improving his priming chances as well. So now he should just maybe not double, I don't know. At the score, it's a little tough. And recubes can be juicy for Alex. If he didn't double last time, he's not going to double this time, probably. He's got some extra numbers to make his bar point, but and if he rolls a 6 and he fans, I think it's a market loss. So he's thinking about the double.
You buy some time by switching here. Also prevent the long-term equity of an ace-point game for Alex. Seems right.
What did he do? He switched points with a.
Yeah, that seems correct, don't you think?
Yeah, because I think it was correct because he wants to escape his back checkers, and he wants to have a safe time escaping his back checkers. If he's going to roll those 6s, he doesn't want to be hit immediately after breaking his anchor. So, like you said, this is the way to keep Alex relatively harmless by putting 2 on the bar.
So here he's thinking about it where last turn he wasn't, which makes me wonder whether he was considering it too good last roll, which I wouldn't.
Yeah, sometimes you've got a position where you say to yourself, if I give him access to, if I give him a 2 cube, I might be taking some chances because he might be able to take and redouble sometimes, and I will be kind of unwilling to take if I'm an underdog.
Now here I think he is too good, isn't he?
Let's see. So so too good. After he escaped a checker.
Yeah. And here he doubles.
No, that can't be right to double that. That's you got to be two on the bar. And you're at the edge. And gosh, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought. I mean, 1 on the 7-point, and 1 back there, and 2 on the bar. Where are the 2 on the bar? Where are those? Oh, there they are. And he was ahead 4 to 2.
And Dougie's reached that nice 4-away spot, which is always a nice place to be. A doubled gammon away from the match.
So the point where Dougie cashed, I could look at XG here. The point where Dougie cashed is far too good. It's what 0.187 blunder according to plus to cash that game when Dougie cashed it.
Oh, okay.
So he had a 60% chance to win a gammon. Well,
So I would be curious whether he should have cubed before he popped a checker there when he had 2 on the roof and good builders and 6s out.
Yeah,
I think
before
you're way too good.
Before he exited 1 checker, I'll look at that in a second here if I can remember. I remember the position. I remember 1 of the positions he had. And so this is Dougie to play 3-1. He's probably so the 3-1 he's going to lift and split with an ace.
Yeah.
And he's not going to hesitate. Yeah, he just does it. Okay. Alex hopes to make his 5-point or 8-point. Or failing that, escape both back checkers. Alex is thinking about this double.
All right, he's trailing 7 away, 4 away, and his opponent has no anchor. He's got 11 checkers.
Yeah, the question is how much volatility he has. Dougie clearly has a lot of winning chances here.
Mhm.
And Alex's gammon value on a 2-cube is only, I think it's 0.55 or so. So it's better than the average money game or early match case, but which is 0.5. The gammon value, for those who might not know, is the relative value of a gammon as compared to a normal win. And in a money game, it's 0.5 because, you know, there's a 1 unit swing from winning a gammon versus a single. But there's a negative swing of 2 points if you lose the game, if you lose single. And that's how you compare it. So the gammon value for Alex was not that great, but if the volatility is big enough, then that's going to justify a double, because another advantage of tossing a 2-cube is that if Dougie gives a 4-cube, he has an automatic. He has to face an automatic recube to 8, so he's a little hesitant too. He's hesitant about that old giving that 4-cube. Now, unfortunately for Dougie, he's got to leave a direct shot here. So he leaves it 6 away, which I guess from his idea is duplicate numbers that attack Alex's 5 point and 1 point in return for 2 extra shots. You could also have played. You could have played like 7-1 and 16-15, duplicating 1s to hit in both places and putting him on the bar. Or he could have just played 16-9s, leaving the minimum shots. But I'm not sure what was right, but I don't like Dougie's actual play, leaving the extra shots. 13 shots versus 11, or 11 or 11. If he hit loose, he could have left 11 as well. But now Dougie is kind of on the ropes on the bar against a broken 5', a 4-point board. Alex is thinking about, do I hit him loose? He's also might be thinking about, no, he does hit him loose. He wants to win a doubled gammon. Not unreasonable. Now he can cover he hits loose, he can cover his 1 point and escape a checker. It's looking good for the old double gammon, and now Dougie enters 1 checker. Alex is going to hit him loose. Going for that gammon. Ooh, double 5's Joker City. Oh, Dougie is off that bar. He might be on the gammon himself. He's going to probably just come out and make the 15 point. Aim at juicy targets in the outfield. Maybe play on if Dougie rolls something, if Alex rolls something bad in return. And which he does. Now Dougie plays on, and what do you know? He makes he can't hit. Darn for him. So he could hit if he switched to the 1 point, which he does. And now Alex back with a Joker double 4. But now here's the thing: if Dougie were to double this one, then Alex would scoop it up and play for the match. And he'd have a decent chance. As it is, Dougie will not double. He might have doubled for money. He will not double here. And he just has to play safe with his spare checkers. And Alex has to leave now. He relieves the direct shot. Can't get by with that outside checker. And there's a fancy duplication play, breaking the anchor, covering more territory. I wouldn't do it. Question is, well, how does he play the 3-1? And he leaves him a 3 shot.
It's one of those positions where you also give your opponent some really goofy. I think what he sees there is 6-1, 6-2.
People on 6-2 are goofy, that's for sure.
Very bad for Dougie there.
But he rolled a 3-4, it looks like, and now Alexander. Now I don't think it's worth playing for Gammon, but Looks like he's doing it. I think he probably should just do this, because this might be a safer Baron, not to come in direct range. And he makes the 6 point. He would have only left a 6-4 if he got
Gammons win the match for free. Well, if he were to redouble, and well, this position is much worse for Alex, but it would be redoubling for a match. If Alex accepted, it would be a re-whip.
Yeah, you'd have to go down 7-2 to 9. But now that Alex is in, I think maybe he should cash this.
Yeah.
He might leave he might 6-1, 6-4, 4-4.
Yeah, in these positions, you start thinking about how it could go wrong, and you don't want to shy away from putting the match on the line when you're such a prohibitive favorite.
Yeah, it's just a cash, I think. It's just Dougie. I mean, Alex can't think of taking it. It's just not, doesn't win enough.
What do you think the take point? The take point's got to be in the mid-teens, right?
Well, 7-2 to 9.
I guess Alex's board isn't closed is the big problem. Even
yeah, it's something like 16%, and I don't think he's got. His immediate hitting chances are only.
He's got 3 points.
55 and 1296. His immediate hitting chances are only like 4%. So he cashes.
Cashed it.
And Alex makes a good reply of 6-4 to the opening 4-2. Make the 2 point. Rather than run and leave blocks against a better board, you can sort of, in a way, cash your 10 pip advantage.
From behind dead cube.
So now, should Alex split, or should he bring 2 checkers down?
I think they're bringing 2 checkers down. That's the.
I'm glad to bring 2 down to
the
go
plan, right?
Hellbent for gammon. I think that's the plan. I think so. But splitting is more of a hybrid, and bringing 3 down, and then 13 to 6 is even. Right. 13 to 6 is a little strange. It's sort of. But no, there's the beautiful. Now he's going to switch points, and he's going to hit loose, I think. Put 2 in the air again. Yeah, and now in with the 6, and he doesn't cover. Oh my God! Now he's probably going to split and make his 10 points. My guess.
That seems...
Dougie will make a theatrical shake, I predict. He just fans. Now I think you should hit him loose.
Yep. You don't want him to anchor there. You got the stronger board.
And fan and cover.
It's nice. Cleans up the blot and covers. You wouldn't leave it slide.
No. I would simply make the 5 point with 1 and go 13-10.
Yeah.
For another checker on the zone. Double 4s and double 2s to close the board. Now you got to start thinking about your. But he says, all right, I'm not even going to go to the 15 point. You're going to make 3 builders. And now he says, I am going to move my back checker. And now, 6-2 with a miss. With a miss. So he could prosaically make his 9 point.
Yeah, I don't think you want to leave 5 blots.
I would make my 9 point.
Yeah, 3 blots is better.
Forcing him to hit loose on the 5 point or break the or hit outside and have blotches. So it would be a duplicated 1 to hit on the 18 point or the. But he comes out. I think this is a little bit inexact. So I think now he's just going to go 8 to 6. And 6-2 is interesting. I think he's going to go. He could duplicate a 3. Interestingly, 10 to 4, 11 to 9. Or he could just say, all right, I'll leave you a 2 outside, and I don't care about the inside one so much.
What about coming out and daring him to hit you off the anchor? Good 2s.
Coming out where? Oh, there. Well,
20 to 14, 10 to 8.
Oh, I dare. I would dare if I could, especially if I hit twice. Huh?
Well, if you hit twice, but the 2s are duped.
But there's a bunch of hit twices. So this is where I was thinking about the duplication of threes to hit inside and outside. Leave the ball on the 9 instead of the 8. But now, okay, so Dougie will hit, of course, on the 9 point. And now 2-6 from the bar. Well, Dougie has got a dead cube here, so an Icky 5-2. Maybe he should just go 15 to 8. I guess 15 to 8 is what I'd do. Oh, he kept the guy on the. He put a dilly on the 4 point. I don't know if I would have done that, just for the sake of the 15 point assassin. Ooh, no, he is now a favorite to win the game and match, but that's an ugly ass 4-1 there. But he's got to go. I think he just goes 14 to 10, 15 to 10, and he doesn't want to get hit with a 6-4 like that. Now I think you just keep the anchor. It's brave to come out, but maybe too big. But you're not scared of a gammon, so just maybe you should. I don't know. Maybe you should come out. He's thinking hard about it, which as it should be. You could break the anchor and hope to hit something back, or not get hit and escape. Not the worst idea. Prominently duplicated aces. If you don't get out, your board goes south, and you probably won't win the race anyway.
One real skill that Alex has that I admire is that he never discards a play out of hand, which is something I do all the time. Well, I don't want to do that because it's too dangerous. And then you look around and
he never. There you go. Alex made the right on Dougie with no hesitation hit loose. I think it was right to do so.
Yeah.
Now Alex is at the edge and Dougie's on the bar against the 5-point board.
Remarkable. I think that if Alex wins this match and that was a correct play, I think it would be a great example of the championship level play.
I think it was the correct play.
Yep. Oh, Dougie looks like he's rallying here. He's not going to go quietly.
Oh, yeah.
I think he should just pop out. I don't think he wants to get picked and passed and be on the bar again. You just play against that straggler.
Yeah. So this is interesting with a 4-2. So I guess he just makes the deuce point.
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't. No, he brings an extra active builder. Now he's got to hit loose, obviously. He has no fear of that. And now Alex comes in, but not at the edge. And now Dougie makes the prime. And he hits loose. That's a good play. He has some slight fear of getting hit back and facing an anchor. I would have made the deuce point and slotted the 1. He could have made the deuce point and slotted the 1 instead. He made the 1 point and slotted the 2. Still keeping a prime. And now he's got a few high numbers like that one, 6-5. He comes in with a 5 off with a 6. Break from the back. In with a 6 off of the 5 is hopeless. At least double jeopardy. Fan for Alex. Big deal. That was a big deal. Now Dougie's probably just going to go safely. 6-3. Minimizing blot, no blot numbers after that. And Alex fans and Dougie double 2s. He can probably just take 2 off and clear the 5 point. Probably gets enough extra wins that way. He could just clear his 5 and 4 points, but no, he's going to get the minuscule extra wins, and he's happy he did because Alex has entered. And I don't know if Galax lets you give a dead cube, like a 4 cube here.
all right.
So now Dougie's on the board. Hooray!
There we go.
And Alex got low 3s, and Dougie got 6. Dougie might be a 6th player in the long run.
All right, we're on another 5-minute break, and the score will be 2-1 in Alex's favor. Dougie will need to win the next 2 in a row, which is a lot easier than winning 3 in a row. Matt, do we have an idea whether we have an audience with us here today? Is that something you can tell, or does it just?
Let me check. I can look. I'm not sure. Not much.
Yeah.
Only a handful of viewers.
Okay. Well,
as in one handful.
As in what?
As in you can count on one hand how many viewers we have.
Oh, okay. I wonder if Jonah Seawald is one of them. He was lurking in the semifinals.
I don't know unless I can look in the chat.
Well, we appreciate the small handful of viewers that have come along. We're having fun.
Rick Garris says in the chat, it's anti-penultimate. That's the only comment we've gotten so far.
Oh, that's right. You got illiterate.
Yeah, that's a very key backgammon theory question.
I was educated in a public school, so this is above my head. This stuff. So.
Well, yeah, so was I. I was a poor public school, but I was in a British public school. No, just which is a private school. But no, I wasn't educated in Britain. I never even been there. So I did a correspondence course. So what do we have here? I look at that 6-4 play where Alex broke the.
We got your trophy cube, Marty.
Right, for the viewing audience, this is the lovely trophy.
That's the from the website.
That the winner of today's contest will receive this customized trophy, which is really a nice.
They're not going to receive that one. That's mine, but they're going to receive one that looks like it with it'll either say Alex Zamanian. I don't know if the name Zamanian is going to fit. It probably will.
Well, Alex already has a couple of these.
We know that from experience.
Yeah.
And then
the 3 stars at the bottom are showing, reflecting how many times the winner won. So Marty's store, the 2019 was his 3rd championship. So the 3 stars there.
Yeah. So it looks like Alex did play that 6-4 right where he broke the anchor.
Oh, that's great.
And it was right. It wasn't right by all that much, but it plus says it was right by 0.032.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And my guess is that the rollout, which goes very quickly on this fast computer I've got,
especially trying in a position where gammons don't matter, right? I suppose.
Gammons don't matter. So
for a money game, it probably would go the other way.
It would be an underdog to be gammoned anyway. Mm-hmm. Even in a money game. In a money game, it's probably my guess is probably still right to run in a money game.
You think?
I'm less sure, a lot less sure, because he's got the open 6 point. If he gets hit back, and all that stuff, he could. As happened, Dougie came in on the open 6 point, and then came out and then won the game.
Right, but wouldn't that make?
That's a factor. Again, it's a factor that would be in favor of playing safe, but I'm not sure. But then you don't playing safe is kind of lose a lot after playing safe. So let me see. I'll get this rollout done for the actual situation. So it says 0.030. Safe is 0.030, and now if I go. I'll say for money.
Can you just hit the original position for money?
Yeah, well, I'm going to roll it out. So let's see. So this says, oh no, it says that it's right to come out.
For money.
Yeah.
By how much?
Well, plus says 0.028, so that's similar.
So it doesn't make any difference that gammons don't matter?
Okay, so it says that he's only losing, after he comes out, he says he's only losing 12% gammons.
Right, but that's more costly than no cost, right?
Yeah, but the other guy is winning. The other guy is winning 3.25% gammons. But actually, it's only right. No, it's only right over the safe play by 0.012. So it's closer, but it's still in favor of breaking the anchor.
No, surprising me.
I guess if his timing were better, maybe keeping the anchor would have more to it, because this way he can keep it by keeping the anchor. He can keep his 5-point board, but only barely. He has no spares at all that can move. So I'd really be hoping to get out next turn. And if you're hoping to get out next turn, why not just get out now while you can? Given that you still have the 5-point board and all that, and your timing's bad otherwise. So I'm going to get this rollout done and see if it overturns with that 6-4 for money. And okay. So 6-4 for money. It's saying with opponent owning the cube, it's a pass for money anyway. But now I'm gonna change the cube ownership to middle.
Well, we've resumed the match here.
I'll change the cube ownership to middle because it's a cash for money, and now cube ownership to middle.
Yeah. Marty, remember we can't.
Now it's righter, but it's righter by. It seems to be righter by a lot more.
Okay.
Because cube in the middle for money.
So we've got play resuming here. We're in match number 4, and Alex leads 2-1.
Yep. So Dougie's still down in Crawford match, or post-Crawford match. So now he can double throughout all the matches, no matter what the game is. So now Alex has got a 5-4, so he can play like a robot on steroids. Oh, he played big. He came out. He said, "Okay, you don't have a board yet. Go ahead and hit me." And I think Dougie is going to hit twice, probably. Yeah, he does. Hope not done now. Now he's got at least a cash. I just cash.
Marty, you call that the boxcar bonus, right?
Yeah, I say close pip count, and 2 on the bar, and 1.5 point board, and probably just a cash. I wouldn't venture to take out of extreme gammon fear. Nothing doesn't cover except double 5s, which is good to make the 5-point at least anyway. I would, it's tempting to take things like this. But the problem is not that maybe Blue's position is so overwhelmingly strong. It's pretty darn good, but that White's is just weak. He just has a starting position except with 2 on the bar instead of the 24-point.
It's hard to give it up when neither player has made the pointless cube. To give up the pointless cube.
It's a pointless cube, but it's not exactly a point because he doesn't have 1 point. He has 1.5 points.
Yeah.
And now Albert's the authority on following up boxcars. Now, if I were following up boxcars, I'd make the deuce point. But Dougie runs. Doesn't like to make deep points all the time. Hit once, I suppose. I would hit once rather than twice.
He doesn't have to hit.
Yeah, he can go 13-5 or something. He hits twice. Okay, Alex hits twice. Now he's going to double, which Dougie's going to take this, which he does. Yeah, now Alex will attack from the 8-point. Kaboom. I think. Why not? Unless he goes 13-2, I guess, is the alternative. Keep the outside points. No, he attacks. Okay, good boy. And now he's going to make the 3-point and 13-7, I guess. And Dougie will be in the game with a 4, a 1-3, a 5-1, 5-6, 5-5. Dougie is shaking his dice madly. Shake my antacids to simulate. Okay, and now Dougie's in the game. He's got an anchor. He's got both 4 points. Ready to put some houses on those 4 points. He's got a monopoly. Now he's got to play safe. Whether 8-6 or 6-4 doesn't matter too much. And Alex runs with a 6-3. Dougie rolls a crummy 6-3. Probably just goes to the 4-point. He slots 2 points. It's not so bad. And Alex probably just plays safe again around the corner. Be kind of falling into his trap to break your 18-point. Alex plays safe. Dougie plays probably break his 8-point. He could make 2 points like a very brave man. Give a shot on the 8-point. But he says, I'm not that brave. I'll just make one of the points and then Alex will advance. Oh, Dougie's way behind in the race, and Alex already doubled. Okay, so there goes that theory. Dougie improves his board from his 4-point. He doesn't leave. He doesn't slot his 3. Alex probably makes his 1 point, is my guess. Yep. 6-5, 5-4. Suppose he's going to pay now. I don't know. He doesn't have to pay now. He could break his 6-point, or he could leave a 15 number shot. Then hope to win from FRBs if he has hit.
Also a fair chance here that if he just breaks the 6-point that Dougie will have to, and if he rolls a 6, he's going to have to break one of these points himself. And
yeah, that's true. It's not necessarily all that fatal to have to break with a 6, though.
yeah,
I don't know the answer.
it's an interesting choice.
Yeah. I mean, when in doubt, you're supposed to just play safe.
Yeah.
So I guess I would be in doubt. Maybe I would play safe. But Alex plays, makes the big play. He leaves the volunteers hoping to cash. If he gets missed, he gets hit. And Dougie is he's not going to redouble unless Alex fans. If Alex fans now, I predict Dougie redoubles.
This looks like a pass to me, doesn't it?
Looks like a pass to me as well. I think he's going to. I don't know. This is okay. So now he's got to run now. If he's not doubling, you might double now because now the pip count is close. You got to discount pips for Alex being on the bar.
Well, I mean, here potentially he could be too good.
Yeah, it depends on what happens. I mean, what he fears is he doesn't exit and he gets hit back.
Right.
Or, he plays. The guy rolls a 1-6 sometime and then wins a race. But I think I would have cashed that. The 3-point climb was scary. Okay, so now this is a early indeterminate type of game. Dougie's leads 3-0 in match 4 already. So Dougie has to decide whether to make his bar point and leave 2 blots or hit twice. And then risk a double one. Okay,
Oops.
this might actually be too good. What you really fear is you fear like a joker double, or you fear a joker anchoring number like a double deuce. Well, that'd be a joker double, but I guess you fear not much. He just cashes his. It might have been a good play on, thinking that if you do lose your you regain your market, you won't do so by much. Now Alex is going to make his 10 and 21 points standard. No good reason not to. And then Dougie's just going to make his bar, I guess. And Alex probably will not double and will hit. And will probably go to the 15-point one. Wouldn't be bad to go to the 20-point either, but which he does. Duplicating some 4s, and it improves the value of Dougie's 1s, though. Gets to hit on the with 6 to 5 on a point he wants to make originally, but now Alex can cash if he wants to. He does. Dougie's going to drop. Maintains in the match. A fast couple of points for Alex. Dougie leads 6 away, 7 away, and Dougie opens with a 6-3.
Everybody plays this the same now. Nobody runs.
Felix Yen in 2016 played 13-4 against me.
Okay, well.
And then he won the match, and I was steamed. I offered to play propositions, but he wouldn't, because he knew he was consciously making a substandard play. So now Dougie is a slight favorite in this game. He hits back, becoming a bigger favorite on Alex's bar. Alex just minimizes blots. Dougie probably is going to play safe. Clear his 18-point blot. Oh, no, he's attacking. Ooh. He thinks his board is worth attacking. But he rolls a bad number back. He doesn't hit back. He doesn't anchor. 4s are duplicated to do both. Probably just going to go 18-13 now. And now Alex gets to hit on the 14-point, probably with both back checkers. He could also make his 9-point, which is not so bad. Hit and make 9 points, not bad. Or he could make 14-point and hit, which is, I'd be inclined to, but.
Well, after the hit, he's going to have a nice race lead, so maybe he just runs them both. But yeah, the 9-point is attractive.
Yeah, it's attractive, but he's still got a worse inner board, so I think maybe he should just make the 14, like you said. Yeah, he does. And they're 5-4, bango. Oh, he made the point. Oh, Dougie made the.
He might not.
Oh, he might have
seen
been
it.
just. He might have just missed that he could have done it. So
Yeah.
now this is an interesting double deuce. He could actually make the 16-point, which is not so bad. It's not so bad. Making the 2 is a little bit disjointed up front, but he has nothing really else. He could make the 8, a hybrid. He could make the 18 and slot the 2. But the good thing about the 16-point is it bears directly both of the outside problem points of. But now he just runs there. I don't think that was right. I think he maybe should have made the 16, but. This just resolves. It might resolve into a simple holding game too easily after this play. And I think now he's just going to hit with a. Is he way ahead? No, he could have played more. He could have made the 10 and 3 for like a real safe kind of game, but I guess he wanted to gain those pips. But now he's in some. Not in trouble exactly. Got a lot of spare checkers to play with, but the trouble that might develop is that the trailer gives Dougie some contact. Now maybe Dougie should keep the midpoint but he came out with a 4. I'm not sure I would have done that. I guess he thinks though the race is close. I'll get that straggler out of there. He's going to make the 4 point. I would not hit.
Well, he might hit. I agree. He probably makes the 4, but he's thinking about the hit because
there's 14 return shots.
Yeah, but he's clearing the mid, and there's some.
True.
Dougie has a blot.
True, he's gaining pips too.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I still would say I went ahead in the race, but now this is. I mean, so this would only be 8 return shots if he made the 7 point. And then he might survive. He might survive a hit. Dougie might have to break that anchor. Would have to break that anchor on 6-5. And he did hit, which is good. And now Dougie still finds an unattractive 4, which he slots. That's the purest kind of 4, keeping checkers spread out and slotting a 5th point on the board. As Alex leads by 14 pips, but doesn't double. He makes his point. So Alex left.
Alex.
I mean Albert left. Sorry.
Albert will be back. He's taking a
back.
short break. He'll be back in maybe a half hour, 45 minutes.
Probably needs one of his martinis or something, or hungry. Hotel martini. No, martini. You need 3 houses. You need houses there before you can build hotels. Hotel.
We had our chouette yesterday. It was our first one. We were all just so happy to be back. We need to dry out today, I think. So he may not be getting a martini.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's a hair of the dog this late in the day. I don't know. So he could make the racing play, make the deuce point. Come in. Hi. Yeah. My public calls. It makes the clearing play.
I guess the cube's still in the middle, so
yeah, he could get it. Yeah, he doesn't have to take undue chances. He can try to home in on an efficient double, and he's ahead 7 pips. He's got some attacking chances.
And then Dougie has some risk of cracking.
Bury some checkers down here soon. It looks like a good double. He gives up. I don't know. Maybe I can put that into XG too.
Only 7 pips. Some attacking chances. Some risk of being forced off the anchor in a few rolls, but no immediate danger there.
Yeah.
So on the race, it's a take alone. So he must have thought the contact was against him that much.
It's somewhat against him, and it's but I don't know. You get to that magical 4-way with a 2-point win. It's not going to gammon very often. The race is a real way to win the game. I don't know.
Well, Dougie's got something brewing here.
Yeah, I think he's right not to double. I guess he didn't want to minimize shots and just played safe comparatively. So he could have left blots on his 7 and 10, which would have an 8-number return shot. But 8 numbers can be 8 numbers is 8 numbers. Dougie makes the 4-point, leaves a 6-number shot, which Alex misses, but he runs away. And Dougie rolls a 5-4. Now he can leave. How many shots would that be?
You can dupe the aces in 5-6.
The
Maybe that's
14, yeah, yeah. So he could leave if he moves both back checkers 14 shots. If he moves one and then he dupes the 5-6, it's 12 shots because he has a double 3 extra.
it costs him a builder though for the 5 point to do it that way.
Yes, I would certainly hit. He could make a ton of builders and leave a ton of shots.
I might hit and play 11-7 just to keep the builder and pay an extra shot on double 5.
Well, an extra shot. I don't know. So he's not hitting. So he was ahead on the race anyway, which is a interesting factor. He would not have been hit with that 5-3 if he'd made any hitting play. He's hoping for a big double, but it's not double 6s. 3 pips ahead. Give me double 5s. He screams. He howls. He's waiting. His clock runs down, and now he's starting to pay his time bank. They don't care very much about the time bank. That casual clock. "15 seconds. It's 15 seconds in spare in thinking time, so that's a lot for. That's a lot of thinking time. Live tournament standard is 12, so Alex is going to probably make his 11. He could make his 12, I guess, but it's kind of hard to clear the outside points after that. Still somewhat hard if he makes 11. I would make the 11, maybe.
Well, if he makes the 12, he gets to cover his board.
That's true, but then what about next time? Dougie does not have any blot numbers. Can play safe, and then, so that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Put some blockage on him, but, it's a hybrid clearing versus blocking. You got a good 11 ways to clear that, what do you call point? 11 point. Now what do I do? He could go 6-4 or 5-1, I guess. He should go. Yeah, that's the play. You might want to note that Alex's Galaxy rating is 3,053.
It's very high.
Dougie's is only 1838, and that just tells you Dougie isn't playing much on Galaxy. Probably plays on Backgammon or something more, some other server.
If you look in the Galaxy lobby, you'll see Alex is in the top 10 of all the players on Galaxy. I think he's like 7th or something.
Yeah, the whole thing is that
he's 7th.
If you're going to be the New England Backgammon Club champion multiple times, your PR is probably going to be pretty low, which means you're probably not going to. Even if you lose matches, you're not going to be paying rating points out. So, if you're a PR hound, you're playing Galaxy, you're definitely going to go up in those ratings. Probably just make his 2 point. He makes his 1, hoping for an immediate direct shot, which he may or may not get. Dougie may volunteer it, but I don't think I would. I think I'd just break my 6 point like a human. So he could leave 1 blot in 24 shots, 18-9, or he could leave 2 blots in 20 shots, which he does. He's a brave fellow. Alex will not double, I don't think. Might not be bad too, but he might not. 6 away, 6 away. It's in the middle. I think maybe he should double. It might be just too much like a last roll position to.
Yeah, Dougie has some life after a hit.
He's got some life. Yeah, and the thing is that Alex's average roll is bigger than normal.
Yeah.
It's over 9 because his first roll his average roll that doesn't hit is over 9.
Yeah, so maybe not last roll position because
It was similar though, because it was similar. How much does he get out of owning the cube? Something. All
now
right, so
like it's not. He's not going to be able to. If it was last roll, he'd be cashing now, right? Like Dougie would be
cashing.
cashing.
Oh no, cashing because no, he'd have 74 pips.
Yeah, you can't cash. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a last roll. Dougie now owns the cube in a close race.
Well, it's not a last roll, but it's not that close though.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it is. I guess 60. I have a 4 pips that. I guess it's close. I guess you have a lot of recubing. So I would have doubled. It's like it's hugely volatile, at least. Whether it's a last roll or not, it's like a last roll.
Yeah, I got you.
So now I think this is interesting. You can bring 2 checkers in, and he could get a shot if on Dougie's 6-1 or double deuce, and he could delay him somewhat on other ones. He could force him to move within his board. So it was interesting to break the 8 point and put a checker deep. You put a checker deep on the 2 point, but you also fill your gap. So that's a mitigating factor. So Dougie plays smoothly with the 6-5. Minimizes the average difference between number of checker and points. Alex bears a checker off, 2 off. It's a close race. No doubles yet. Good roll for Dougie, 2 off, 9 pips. Very good roll for Alex, 3 off and 16 pips. And oh my God, now this is still close. And 6-2 is a good roll for Alex. He bears off 2 checkers. And but now because Dougie owns cube, so that's a bad roll. No checker off. That's a bad roll. 1 checker off. 5-3, 1 off. Maximizing on double threes, among other things. Oh, ugly poo. I guess he is just 5 off. Because 2s are bad anyway, except 4-2. I just bear off from the 5 point. You want to get those double threes. If you possibly can. And that's the only way you possibly can.
You must be thinking about missing on an ace twice.
Well, so if you bear 2 off, you come down to 3 and 1. If you bear 2 off the other way, you usually come down to 1 and 1. But the trouble is, your 2s miss, except for 4-2, you go 5-3 to off. So you have, every other 2 misses, and they miss this way too. They're less efficient, but they still miss. And if you miss with a deuce, you lose because you get redoubled out. So I think it's clear just 5 off because the immediate double threes is a big deal, and most other numbers they're close. They're a little bit in favor of maybe they're a little bit in favor of the other play, but Alex did. I think he made the right play there. Dougie will not double. He bears 2 off. And Alex does not roll double threes, but now he's got a losing 2-1. That's a drawback, but he rolls 4-2 and wins 2 points. Now he goes ahead in the match, 4 away to 6 away, and he starts with a 6-1. And Dougie starts with a double ace, going to make both his points 7 and 5. And Alex probably should just make his 4, and he does. And now Dougie makes his 8-point 4 in a row, splits. Good play. 6-2 is bad roll. You might hit him on the 2 and split. Otherwise, he just has to stack checkers or some crap. I would hit and split.
Yeah,
As
he can make the
Albert said,
prime.
oh,
It doesn't
okay,
take
so
away
this
half
is
the roll.
a little big. I might double on the come here. Double direct shot. Yeah, he does. Okay. He's behind in the match, too, and he's going to hit that. He's going to hit on the 17, I think. Make progress on that side and send him 17 pips back. He may be forced to split the back checkers and leave the outside checker where it is.
Yeah, anchoring up on the 24 feels like a concession of sorts.
Of sorts, yeah. And now Dougie's 15 ahead with Alex on roll, but Alex anchors on the 21 point. I think he made the right play to go up to the 21 instead of stopping on the 22 or the like.
Yeah.
Or making the 24. Yuck. And now Dougie hits. He's got 10 return shots, which he does not get. Alex probably going to slot his 5 points. Could also slot his 2 point. He could stay back, but I think he should either slot his 5 or 2. Dougie makes the 3 point on his head. And now in comes Alex. Along comes Alex. Okay, 6-1. What do we do? I don't know. Clear the hard point. Reasonable. Double threes, no hit. No make point.
He's just a shot.
Oh, and now there's a direct shot and a 4 cover. Oh boy, he does cover fan. Oh, ugly poo, and cover the 5 point.
Oh man, that worm turned quick.
That was a hell of a sequence. And now he's probably just going to make the prime, and no, he doesn't make the prime. Well, he's going to just lift the blot. Probably should go 7-5, 4-3, and stay back as far as possible. Block 6s, double 6s.
He's down 21 in the race. So
Yep. And there comes Dougie. Is going to slot at least 1 point. Yeah, I might leave. I don't know. This isn't bad. Makes 2 point. Makes 1 point. 6, 5, 6, 6, 3, 3 are prime numbers. I would have made the 1 point instead of clear that 8 point. I don't think that's a bad play on Dougie's part. That 4 point prime is not chicken feed, right? I would pay off to the double 6 and go into the 5 point.
Oops.
Well, this is a little better on the 6-5 because there's only one single direct shot, but now he gets hit. Now Gammon.
Oh yeah, Gammon will end it.
Alex wins the championship. I'm not sure what Alex should do with a 6. Maybe safe.
Do you go for it? He
goes for it. And he does not roll a hitting number. Now he should probably just play safe, which he does. Fan. Okay, fan. Now he hits the second checker. And now he's on the Gammon attack. Probably 7 and 14 is the play. Yep, he does it. He wants the double force to make the 1 point. Now I think he should go to the 6 point. And he goes to the midpoint to pick up the double fours. And 6-2, he can make the 7. Nice simple play. and 6-3. Now we can spread out to the 3-point, which I think is right. And now he can just move a builder to the 2-point from the 7 and hope to make the point next turn. That's what I would do. He could slot the 1 point too, but I don't know. I don't know about slotting the 1 point. That goes 7-2. And he points on the 1 point. Hoping for the gammon, the match-winning gammon. There's a checker off safely. There's a checker off safely. Fans. There's a checker off safely. Fans. Every time he fans, things get worse. So he goes 2 checkers off safely, somewhat safely. Now he plays safe, and now 8-7 probably, but negligible. Now,
ouch.
This might be it.
I think so.
Could be the ball game. 17-14, or 2014, I think is right. I don't know about that 2012. 6-5. Now this is a gammon. So, congrats to Zamanian, yet again in club champion of the New England Backgammon Club. So 4.6 and 11. So
There's not going to be room for the stars on Alex's cube.
I don't know what. I don't know whether Alex and Dougie are going to join for analysis.
Oh, I don't know. We can wait a few minutes. If they want to join, that's fine. If not, we can just wrap it up, or we can go through it ourselves. If there's a few.
Yeah, we can go through it ourselves. I guess you can analyze from there. Can you give me a couple of seconds? I want to replenish my.
Yeah, we can take a minute, and then we'll see if they join us.
I'll be right back. I won't be very long. Thanks.
I will keep the stream open just in case Alex or Dougie decides to join. Wait for Marty, but give us a minute here. Hey, Alex is here.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you. Kind of a fun match.
Yeah, you did well. We were speculating if the stars would fit on your trophy cube.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's this. I think this is number 6 for me.
Yeah, and Marty took a short break. He's going to be back. He was thinking we might go through some of the positions in the very last match.
Okay, yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, apparently the pass in the game 1 is quite bad. Where I pass when I have like a 1 point board. I don't know. My gut just sort of said to pass, even though my brain was sort of arguing for a take, and I sort of went with my gut.
Oh, the pointless double, was that the?
Yeah, exactly. So that's a huge take.
All right, let me put it up on the board here.
Yeah. So that was sort of my big blunder in the last match, and then I think there was a couple of checker play blunders also.
Okay, so let's see. All right, the cube. That was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't sure. We're like, it's so hard to pass when there's neither player has a board, you know.
Right.
But 2 on the roof, and you know, very different than the starting position. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to picture these sequences where like Dougie covers and I enter 1, and I was trying to like decide. That's sort of like an average sequence, I would say. So I was like trying to decide like how strong that is. But thinking about it now, I guess that's sort of clearly a take on average. If like, I don't know, Doug rolls like a 6-2 or something and like covers and does something with the other number, and then I enter 1. I mean, I guess that seems takeable, and that's maybe an average to bad sequence for me.
So it's only.
So it says this is a huge take. Am I right about this?
Yes.
Wow.
So did you see that at the time?
No, I thought at the time it was a pass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, my gut said, I was saying earlier, my gut said to pass. And the more I looked at it, the more my brain was telling me to take, but I was like, I'm not sure. So I'll just go with my first impulse, which was pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough to evaluate.
Yeah, Matt was skeptical that it was a pass.
Yeah. 1 point board, I guess sort of that's sort of the main consideration.
So 1.5 point board, I pointed out to Matt. But
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to think. That's a good way to think of it. Okay, so we're looking at it from the other point of view here that I'm used to, but I think I can adjust.
Oh, in this one, you might be on the top.
Yes.
Yeah, this is from Dougie's point of view. Yeah, you were on the top in all the matches. That's right.
Right.
So we can look at. Oh, this was the 6-2. We discussed this a little bit too. Remember?
Yeah.
Whether it was right to late or not.
I didn't like the way late 2 looked.
Right. I mean, positionally, bringing a checker down with the 6 is a lot nicer. I thought maybe like he enters 1 and I get in like a quick cube with the blitz play. Like what happened? He rolled a 3-6, and it seems like a good cube. Although maybe the cube is sort of marginal.
Did you double? Did you actually double? I don't think you did.
I did. Yeah, I doubled right away.
Oh.
Because I was thinking that's sort of why I made the checker play. So I was like, oh no, it is a pretty strong cube. So why
Okay, I just I'm surprised because I think when I was commenting, watching the match, I missed the fact that you had doubled this.
Yes.
So I saw that you rolled 6-5. Oh, so it's it looks like a big double. 0.932.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big.
Right. Yeah. So this, I doubled instantly.
You have 11 in the zone. That's a lot of checkers in the zone.
Right.
And Dougie doesn't have anything much done. So.
Right.
You win gammons. I mean, it's not too bad, right? Can't be too bad to double at least. And XG loves it. Twice as bad an error to not to double as it would be to pass.
Right. Right. And then I try this blitz, and then I fail to hit at one point, and then he survives.
Yep.
4-2.
Well, let's just jump ahead to the marked ones.
Okay.
Oh, so here it just wants him to slot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was a little surprised he did what he did.
I didn't. Yeah, he was probably thinking about immediate shots or something. But you got a slot. You got a spare in the mid and a spare in the 6.
Right. Yes, that's a very common theme. I mean, you don't worry about, unless like you have a very, very good chance of getting a shot next turn. You just do the normal thing of building a point and slotting the next point. Okay, I'm glad to see this pay now play is correct. Like I thought a little bit about just clearing the 6 because blue often has to give something up next turn. But I thought he could hold like enough of his position that it was worth it to pay now. Okay, it's not close.
So what is the detail on that? It's okay. So it's 0.084. So I guess you just don't have your spare checker in the 7 just is not enough.
I think if you clear the 6, he can maybe afford to just run with a single checker from the mid, right? Because your board is weaker.
Right.
Well, or even the anchor. I mean, that's not necessarily hopeless, depending on what you roll.
Yeah, so good pay now.
Yeah, that was a good pay now.
And then what happened down here?
Okay, yeah, I was passing.
Yeah. So it's saying 2 big cube errors here.
Yeah, I was passing at least one of them, and probably both of them.
We thought that where the first red mark is, we thought that was a pass.
Yeah.
And then it may have ended up. It likes the.
Hey, look at the cube detail there.
Oh,
So 0.10 not to double big pass.
after he got a checker out, I was thinking it might have ended up being too good, but it doesn't.
Okay, it might be like marginal too good or whatever, but yeah, I guess he closes me out. He only wins like 10% gammons or something, so
it's really borderline, yeah.
Yeah.
0.98, yeah.
So that could roll out. That could roll out to be too good, but yeah, in any case, it's very close.
All right, let's check the next game.
Okay.
What? It doesn't like the opening roll?
Oh, yeah, it's because Dougie's up in the match, so it prefers to split with the 3-2. Take a little more like conservative approach. So that doesn't surprise me. Even for money, it was close, obviously. And then what is this?
Well, here it wants him to split.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you have to split with that deuce. Yeah, I wondered how Dougie got to that position, but my attention momentarily lapsed. But now I see.
Oh, right. Okay, it looks like I'm going to be cashing something that's too good coming up.
You chokered him here.
Oh, that was a tremendous 1-1. That just solved everything.
And then it's probably thinking.
Okay, this is a real error. One thing I often think about is like when the opponent has an anchor, it's often hard to be too good because first you have to roll well enough to pin him to an ace point game, and then you got to survive the ace point game. But of course that's an oversimplification because how strong the position is matters obviously, even though it's going to take me forever.
Also, how likely is it that you regain your market? That's very important in the short run.
That's a good. Right. So for instance, like I get a bad sequence, like I simply split and he like enters one and doesn't do much with the other checker. I can still double that pretty easily.
Yeah. And sometimes even if you roll something good, but it doesn't, not crushing against you, it just improves significantly, like a 3-2 to make the 22 point.
Right.
Sometimes then you'll have a double. And even if it's a take for him, it's not that big a take. So that's almost equivalent to cashing.
Right.
But sometimes that happens too.
Yeah. Yeah. If I thought in those terms.
Split, just split it, just move your back check, or if you can't make a new point, that's great,
Right.
You can hit that thing, you can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. On the other hand, maybe you get a really bad take. Although, I mean, Doug's gonna pass this always.
Yeah.
Nothing doing this game.
Okay, what was this game? What does the double look like?
Oh wait, what happened? Oops. Oops.
Go back to the.
User error.
Yeah. So you can
It's a
if
little
you click
slow.
on. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I have to use the keyboard to navigate. Is the problem
Oh, okay.
for reasons I won't explain, but don't worry. What happened? All right, there's some lag. Hang on.
The neighbors tapping into your bandwidth. Those Somerville Sophistos.
Oh, I see. Yeah, this is so yeah, nothing much going on this game. I was gonna play on if he danced with both, and then
Yeah.
he entered one, so the little double pass looked good. Oh, it is slightly too good. Okay, yeah, I didn't think too much about oh, this could roll out either way because it's so close, but
When
I
in doubt,
yeah,
that's all.
yeah. And you never know when someone's gonna make a horrible take. I mean, I've done it. I've done it enough.
That's huge. I mean, one time I took it was a terrible take. I mean, I had some winning chances, but I just got gammoned almost all the time. I lost. I get gammoned.
Yeah, so that's almost always the case when you make
And
one of these.
I took it. It was actually like 0.05 too good, and he doubled me. But I took.
Yeah.
But I did get gammoned. Lost the match. You know?
I find it's almost whenever I see like a 0.5 blunder take from a good player, it's like always because it's like 50% or more gammons, you know. So I think one thing that's good to get in the habit of doing is give me like a quick estimate of the gammons when you're being doubled. Like if it's not clear whether like if you're not 100% sure you lose less than 50% gammons, then it's like always a pass. And so that I think that might avoid some of these like horrible takes that I and other people make, you know.
Yeah, this is why I didn't like Dougie's 3-2.
Okay, so what is going on here? So yeah, it looks right.
Just safety's a lot.
Yeah, Marty called this one out.
Oh, 18-13. Oh, okay, I would have made Dougie's play, I think. Wait, sorry. Okay, so I see that 18-13 does like a good thing and reduces risk.
Yeah, when ahead of the race, you know.
Yeah.
You got one checker back to 3. You're ahead of the race. Yet your distribution is good.
Right. And yeah, I guess Dougie's play, I guess, leaves like a triple shot, basically. Kind of a quad shot. I mean, 5s, 2s, 6s, and 1s hit.
Oh, here was this double 4.
Okay, yeah, I ended up liking what I did, even though there's like a ton of options.
Yeah, we did too. We came to that conclusion too.
Oh, the 9 point is a big mistake.
Too many blotches against the better board.
Oh, yeah,
But ahead of the race.
This one he played it so fast. We really think Dougie just didn't see that he could hit here.
Yeah, I agree. I think he just missed it.
That was just a hasty play.
Yeah.
And then
boy, the anchor.
Oh, what's that?
Oh boy,
yeah.
Yeah, Barabino.
And then the double 2s. We were talking about the different ways you can make play these double 2s later. Come on, move. There we go.
Double 2s, right? So I would have.
Well, I hated to make the.
The pot likes making the 2 point.
Well, likes making the 2 point. I thought that might be too funny looking, but I thought, we'll make the 16 point. Go look at the detail.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 18 squared 6-2 seems like a play to me, also.
Yeah, I considered that. So it says, it doesn't even. The 16 point isn't even in the list.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything because it's just showing you. It's just showing you a very limited number of plays.
This is kind of a weak analysis anyway. It's XG goes.
Yeah.
Galaxy doesn't want to spend all its CPU time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks to me like a pretty big upgrade to go from the 20 to the 18 here because you're putting direct pressure on that big stack on the midpoint.
Yeah, Yeah, I was thinking make the 16 because then you put pressure on the other outside point.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Sort of good
But
control.
you avoid going deep to the 2 point too.
Right.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to get these right.
Right. Okay.
I mean, the thing about making a 2 point is you stay maximally back, and you improve your board instantly. And so, if there are any blot numbers, which are they? There's 6-3 is a blot number. 5-5 no, not 5-1. 6-3 is a blot number. 6-2 is a blot number. 5-1 is not, strictly speaking, a blot number. 2-1 is a blot number.
Oh.
3-1 is a blot number. So there's your answer. You're maximizing the blot numbers and you're improving your board to take an immediate advantage.
Right. Okay. Okay, then the 4-4.
Dougie just slotted his deuce, maybe, or something. No, he
He's 6'2".
came out. That's right. He didn't want to leave blots on his board. More than one. He wanted to. Maybe he wanted to get racing. So,
Okay, so here,
thought that was a blunder. That
the computer agrees. And so with the 6-2, I counted up the shots after hitting, and I thought it just wasn't worth it. Okay, that's not even on its radar screen.
Yeah.
And then there was a hit. The next roll I have a chance to hit, and there was like fewer shots.
Right.
And then I thought it was worth it this time because it was only 8 shots, and I'm building get better structure, and I'm taking them out of the race. So I thought there was like a lot going for hitting here.
Yeah, I think it was big to hit.
Okay. So I'm like a little unsure. Like I might have played 8-3 without hitting. I wasn't sure like that was wrong. Okay, but the computer definitely likes my argument at least. Okay.
And if he hits you from the 20, he breaks the 22 mostly. So.
Yeah. Okay, so 2-4. Yeah, I was still happy to see him put a checker on the ace point, but it didn't seem like a big deal. And then because of the checker on the ace point, I thought about cubing this. But I thought there was just a little too much work to do.
You can take later mostly.
Yeah. Okay, so the computer thinks it's borderline. Yeah, I rolled a 6-2, which is a decent number. Still have a lot of work to do after it. Okay, he builds his board. I think about cubing again, but I think, okay, it's only 6 pips and there's still a lot of contact, so I don't cube. Which might be, is it close now?
Before the double 2?
Before the double 2s, yeah, I thought about cubing that also. Okay, yeah, it is very close.
Flip a coin.
Right. Oh, and yeah, the 2-2, I thought there might be better cubeless plays, but I thought if I just kind of like play flexibly and, if he doesn't roll a 3 next turn, I'm going to have a good cube almost.
That's what Matt was saying, basically.
Yeah. But I think there's probably, if I already doubled, I might have made the 2 point or something. I don't know.
It likes your play.
Okay, good. Yeah, it might be. I'm going to check with the.
And then we were a little critical this pass, but.
Yeah.
It's a pass, huh?
Yeah, I expected to be taken also.
Oh, 8-9. Yeah, okay. So, okay.
All right, good pass by Dougie. Yeah, positionally, he's got a lot of problems, obviously.
I guess the gammon difference is the critical thing. 6.3.
I got you. Okay.
It's gone.
Yeah, so Dougie, I mean, he's got like a big take on the race, but he's crunching a lot. He might be forced off the anchor. He might get pointed on. So I guess it's just too many good options for me. 6-5, 3-1. I was feeling pretty good here. And then I like this roll because if I get missed, I don't have a cube yet, but I just have to safety and then get a cube in. After I guess I got to pick up on the race also. Okay, 3-2. Oh, okay, this is a good play by Dougie. Not making inner boat point with the 3-2.
Too many shots, I guess.
Yeah.
8 versus 2.
Yeah, definitely like coming in with the 3 here and not going any further because I'm a little bit out of harm's way, but I can still jump with the 6.
Well, your 3s look crappy if you don't come in there.
And you left dodge.
Oh yeah.
And then this 5-4 came up, and we were trying to figure out how to play it.
Oh yeah, I was very happy not to be hit here.
37.
Oh, so it does like duping the 5-6 instead of.
Yeah.
I had seen this play, but I sort of decided I might have played 11-7 and paid the extra shot on double 5 just for the flexibility. But
right,
it's no big deal. Oh no! A second.
The other play, just moving the 2 back checkers, is .008.
Yeah.
huh?
I was wondering about that. For me, it was either that or the
Yeah, right.
6-5.
Yeah, I think the way to see that you're going to hit is if you don't hit, the game's sort of up for grabs. I mean, you're kind of still trapped back there, but you're up in the race a little bit. So the game is very close if you don't hit. It must be like pretty clear to see you're a favorite if you do hit. So I think if Dougie thought about it that way, he would have found it.
He didn't like the blots. Yeah, he's not a loosey goosey blotty kind of guy. You know?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was very very happy not to be hit.
No, now you just have a clear game plan. You just try to come home safely. And
Ooh, looks like I found a good play that's 13-11 squared.
yeah.
I thought about making the 12 and making the 4 point.
I guess it was just too hard to clear.
Yeah, and I didn't think I needed the board right away. Like it looks natural to fill in the nice 4 point, but it's not like Dougie's leaving me a shot for the next couple of rolls. So I thought I can fill it in later.
Right. And he does now. He makes a point.
Okay, yeah, and I leave all these blot numbers here.
Oh, I thought 6-4, 5-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean maybe this is clearer than I was thinking. Like it's only 2 blot numbers if I make the right play. It's like 8 blot numbers if I make my play. I don't know. I just didn't like leaving the blot on the ace because it's so hard to cover. But I guess that's just not the main consideration.
No.
Yeah.
You save 2 6s.
Right. Yeah, I guess I sort of overthought that one. Oh, then I roll this nice 3-3 next roll to sort of fix my error. Now I got a great position.
Yeah, you're happy to.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought you'd make the 2 maybe.
Okay. I mean, one thing in favor of making the ace is the 2 points. I have my 8 point and the 2 points open, so my 6s sort of play decently to my 2 point.
Yeah, but big deal. But you got a better blocking structure the other way. So
right.
But you don't leave it in your blot, though. That's the thing. You do not leave it a blot on your board right now.
Right.
Now, is this going to be okay? So it hates his double blot play.
Right. I think it gives me a decent double anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like super efficient though.
Yeah, no, it's volatile though. It's super volatile.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a
That's
pretty
the reason
big
I thought it was
take.
right, because it's so volatile.
Oh, well, it'd be a huge blunder not to double this.
Yeah, I don't want to lose your market. Right?
Right. It's like,
And you roll your worst. Where are you supposed to play that 6-3?
oh, I tried to quantify this.
6-3. Or partly right. I thought maybe the right play was to go 8-5, 8-2.
Yeah, I tried to quantify it a little bit. Like I know he's got 3 bad numbers if I keep the midpoint, but I do slow him down on a bunch of stuff, right? I slow him down on numbers like 5-1. Yeah.
Yeah, on aces like 5-1, 4-1. He's got to Google those pips.
Yeah.
3-1, 3-1, and 2-1 are a little better because they actually improve a little bit inside, but
right.
But you're still, you're doing 2 good things. You're putting those 3 shots,
How
34 out of 96, you hit him. That's almost 3%.
Yeah.
Did anything happen here?
Yeah, there was a bear off play that I wasn't sure about. It comes up a lot, and I never remember what to do.
Oh, is this
so
the
I tried to-
3-2?
You did it right. You mean with the deuces? You did it
This
right.
one?
We're pretty sure you did it right.
Yeah, so I tried to calculate this because I guess I'm missing on an extra. If I make the other play, I'm missing on 4 extra 4s.
No. 4s. Oh, yeah, 4s.
Yeah, if I make the other play, right? There's swings on 4 4s. And then if I make my play, there's some swings on aces, but it looked like the aces mattered less. And I tried to calculate it. Okay, but it's very close. Okay, so I didn't. I mean, I guess I didn't.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear to how much does it say the difference is?
0.004.
Really? Oh my God. That's way less than I thought. I thought it'd be 0.02 or something.
Okay,
So-
maybe. Okay.
If you make the play you made, and then you roll an ace next time,
Yeah.
Dougie's a favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and he can cube.
Can he cube?
Yes.
Yeah,
If he has a
because
It's not efficient though.
He's got
So
17 numbers to win.
yeah.
If Dougie misses.
okay, so what are the winning chances after each play?
This one is. So this is 55.9,
Yeah.
and
That's 55.9.
is it the same? Is it just cube?
I guess. I don't know.
It might. Yeah. I mean, if it's exactly the same, then I guess it's got to be the cube that swings it. But it might be, could be second decimal place stuff. I don't know. Let me look at actually the deeper analysis.
I don't know if I trust it then. If
Oh, well,
it's
the thing is, when you roll aces, after 5 off, you waste. You roll 4, 5, or 6, you waste at least a pip.
Okay.
You
Okay.
You could have a better position with your remaining.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Hey,
looking at the deep. Hey, Albert. So I'm looking at the deeper analysis now on XG++, and it's very interesting. My play wins a little more. It wins 0.1% more, but it's actually wrong. So it switches from this evaluation that we're looking at.
Yeah, so that's sort of a cubeless number estimate. That shows.
Right. Yeah. So the fact that I guess my play, like Matt pointed out, gives blue a good cube on when I roll an ace a lot of the time. So that's the difference, even though my play's better cubeless. Okay, I didn't really think about the cube.
yeah.
But I don't think it would have swung it
cube,
for
not necessarily a great good cube, right? Like it's as inefficient as it gets.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, you're right. He's only a small favorite there. Yeah. Anyways, okay, we can move on.
Hey there.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Alex.
Oh, thanks, Albert. Yeah, it was good. It was a good match, I thought.
Okay, next game.
So that's the next game. So the next game is the last game, I think. Oh, it looks like I might. Looks like a few.
Yeah, you won
checker
a
play.
gammon. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I do have a couple checker play blunders here. So this will be interesting to look at. Oh, it doesn't like making the 4.
Yeah, I've seen that before in similar positions.
Yeah.
I guess you're he's sort of ahead in blocking anyway.
Right, and I'm giving up my 8
You
point to
want
make
to
the
start
4.
breaking out of that.
Right. Okay, so yeah, this is a real error here. I didn't like any of my options here, so I thought, oh, okay, I'll just.
Okay,
I'll
so
just
yeah,
run.
I liked hitting and splitting.
Yeah.
Which I guess a lot of those two.
Okay, so Dougie has a.
I like the double by Dougie.
Yeah, he's down. He's down 6 away, 4 away.
It might actually be a double.
So I guess I see. I guess if I play it better, it's clear, no double. Okay.
We like that.
Okay. Yeah, sort of a little bit of 4 duplication, I thought.
Yeah. And you're also slotting a 21 point versus 22.
Right.
You don't necessarily want a trailer on the 23 either.
Right.
But it's small. I mean, it says it's just a small, it's a tiny difference. You don't want to be attacked on his 4 point either versus 3.
Yeah. 3-2. All right, good play. Yeah, I liked coming in with the 3, so I could possibly jump with the 6 next turn.
Yeah, and also you're slotting your 5 point, which is
All right. So I thought about 4-2 there also. I definitely like coming in with the 4. Well, I like this roll. 4-3, 6-1.
Oh, the shot. This is when it all turned around.
Yeah, it all came tumbling down for Dougie.
Because you got this joker.
6-4 was sweet.
And then, yeah.
fan cover.
And then I'm part of me wanted to leave the 7 point slotted here, but I thought it was too much risk. But I don't get why it upgrades to the 12 point here. Well, I mean, that's one reason.
It doesn't. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. It likes the 12 point.
I mean, one reason is the builder on the 4 is better than the builder on the 3, but it looks like the 13 point has more value than the 12 point. So I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. I don't either. Especially since you actually have more ways to cover your bar point. You have 4 numbers versus 2 numbers after 13-12.
I see.
Well, Dougie made a huge wonder here. You just make his one.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was an oversight.
Yeah, he might just not have seen it, but just make the 1 point. I mean, hell, keep the 4 point prime and improve your board. I mean, it's clear.
Right. I thought a little bit about doubling here. Let's see, his take points are around 19 or 20%. I was pretty sure he had it, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Oh, we were trying to. It's that high. I was thinking it was more like in the mid-teens, but it's closer to 20.
Okay, so let's see. Am I doing that right?
That take point is the dead take point, right?
So he gets to. So let's see. I'm redoubling.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different game. I think I might
Gotcha.
be. No, this is the last game. This is a game.
Yeah. So I'm redoubling it to 4. So if
it's the last. Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying that's what you're saying. It was the last game of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like this play. I liked Alex Steg. The HC hates it. Look at that.
He likes the outfield control.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard for him to hit and cover, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's double sixes is the big joker. Does the other way.
I'm sorry, Matt. What did the cube action say?
It was a sizable no double.
Okay, so he's winning 25%. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have the builders in place yet to attack. I guess that's
Yeah.
big. You still have you're still back in the board.
Right. So it looks like this would be a good double for money. Although a rollout, I think, would bring the evaluation up a little bit. Tends to underestimate how easy it is to contain checkers. So I think a rollout would make me stronger, but probably still no double. Anyway, so he did. Oh yeah, he rolls a decent 6-5, and then I get him right back. I play it sort of aggressive, but I liked it.
We were wondering if you were going to just go for it here with this.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it hates 13-7. Oof.
Double 1 and 1-6. And maybe not
Yeah,
get out.
yeah, double ones would
Maybe
be
you can't
crushing.
get out. So that's bigger.
Okay.
Damn it! I couldn't hit.
And easy sailing from here.
Yeah. Yeah, not much going on.
Oh, well, no, you had the choice at one point whether to slot or break the bar point. I guess.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I was not sure about that. I thought because I was getting 5 builders though, my play was at least okay.
I liked your play actually.
Okay, slotting a big error.
5.
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
I guess he just gets, if he hits you, he's probably a favorite to anchor.
Right. Yeah, and he has a little bit of counter prime chances. Like I could crack from there. And then was there any bear off stuff? Not much. Everything seems sort of forced.
It was pretty smooth.
Yeah, and no fireworks, thankfully.
Like you cleared with a 6-2. It's like, okay, well.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then the boxes closed it or whatever. You had some big set. Yeah, this ended it.
Yeah.
So cool. And that's it. I can't really go back to the other matches. I don't have them.
Yeah, they're gone.
The URLs. So
yeah, that first match was tough for both. It looked like for both players. Neither of us played that well. Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't anything for me. There wasn't like anything special going on though. There was just like a lot of positions that I didn't like unfamiliar, and I happened to guess wrong on all of them. I guess. Although it was funny when I saw like kind of the big error rate, and I thought about, oh, I must have got this cube wrong. I must have got this cube wrong. I must have got this cube wrong. And then when I looked at it, it was like my blunders were all elsewhere, and the cube actions that I was thinking of were okay. Just goes to show, I mean, this is just a really tough game. They're just like blunders lurking everywhere, you know. But overall, I'm happy with how I played.
well, should we wrap it up maybe?
Yeah, sounds good.
What was the PR? What were the PRs in this one? It was 3 something for Alex or
Overall?
Well, I don't know about overall. The last match, the one you can still look at.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah, it was like low fours for me, I think.
Yeah.
Say, Alex,
Yo.
if you, it'd be nice when I did the write-up. It'd be really cool if I could get your PR performance over this match and over the whole tournament.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I don't know if you do you could just do a profile. Just set yourself up with a profile. Maybe if it's a hassle, you could just send me the matches and I could do it.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I can probably do it.
Unless the results are so hideous, you would just.
They're not great, I would say, but no, they're not. They aren't hideous. I probably played in the, I don't know, low to mid fours overall.
Cool. So if
Yeah.
you get around to it, that'd be
Okay,
that'd
yeah,
be
well, that
fun.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's the last match.
Yep.
So, okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream.
All right.
Great, thanks guys. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. That was good. Thank you.
All right. Next year, season starts in September, right?
Yeah. We're looking to be live at Frank's in September. So
Okay.
Well, I lose you to an
Everybody back.
online love.
ciao.
All right.